Greetings, one and all. It's your weekly dose of 10 o'clock. I am that guy. That's the other.
I'm that guy.
No, you're the other guy. No, you're the other guy. I'm that guy.
I'm also that guy.
I swear
It's
you're the other guy.
Xeno and that guy.
No, I swear you were the other guy.
I'm the other guy and that guy.
Anyway, I'm Xeno guy.
And server.
The voice in the background is MDRLOz. I've just noticed how janky the background footage is because I recorded it wrong. Apologies, everyone. And we also have a special guest this week of Traverse. It is Traverse.
Hey, there goes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I called you that guy that one time.
Yeah, that guy.
I'm that guy.
So yeah. We do the show. Anyway, so moving on. The first thing we do is emblems. So, Trib, you see the two emblems in the bottom of this conversation. Using your own criteria, which emblem is the winner this week?
Okay, first of all, I do have a question.
Yes.
Do we know who designed these emblems?
No.
We do not?
No.
Okay. Right away, I am hugely in favor for the Fortuna one. And this is for a few reasons. First off, the color scheme is on point. Second, it follows the 69 meme. And if you're following the 69 meme, that it just immediately gets you points. Now, the second one, now, I forgive me, I don't know much about this show, but it reminds me way too much of that one Naruto symbol, like the red and black, like, I think it's called Shakira? No, it's a singer.
Sharingan.
Sharingan, yeah. Now, if you're a fan of that show, maybe you're up for that. It also is like some kind of weird summoning circle. Maybe, actually, now I think about it, maybe that could be a red text skull emblem. But yeah, I think I would go for the first one. I just love the color scheme. I love the text. I love the stylizing on the 69. And again, it's the meme. Yeah, I gotta go with the meme. So that's my answer.
I'm also pretty sure that the way the 69 with the dash in the middle, it's very iconic of the actual syndicate for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the symbol of Solaris United. Or
Yeah, no, it's done in the same style and font as
Yeah,
of course it is. It's Fortuna 69, man.
Well, I'm just saying.
What's it say in the bottom though?
I can't actually
what does it say?
read it. Hold on.
Does it say boost?
Boosie?
Boost?
I don't know.
Well,
Lice?
yeah, 69. Yeah, 69. So
Lice?
I don't know. It's Fortuna 69. No one cares what the other word is. It's irrelevant.
Well, Xeno wins for this week.
Yay! Xeno always.
I was lied to.
What do you mean you were lied to?
Oh, sorry. I must have mistaken. When you said Xeno wins this week, I thought that maybe you two had made the emblems but didn't want to give me the name, so I was
no. Someone else had made the emblems, but we go out and we find them.
And we have to find them on arms.
Yes. You can't unless it's like something crazy. Well, unless you can see it on like a syndicate, not a syndicate, a dojo flag or something.
Oh yeah, that's acceptable. Yeah, it's got to be on a thing. Okay. You can't go from a profile page or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was low confused there.
Right. So the next thing is dojo dusting. There's not really much to say. We're going to go to TennoCon, obviously.
Hey.
Yeah. And yes, let's move on to the polls from last week. Unless you can think of anything specific, Loz. No. Cool. Right.
Are you going to TennoCon trip?
I was honestly thinking about it, but I don't think I'll be able to at this point. Yeah, there's a lot of crap I gotta handle, but it's not just that. I also live about as far away as I possibly could from the actual venue without being in like California. I live in Florida, so flying all the way from Florida to Toronto, that's something I've really got to prepare for. And you know what's funny about TennoCon? It snuck up on me. it came a lot faster than I was expecting it to. Even though it's the same, I believe it's the same month. Is it the same month?
It's like it's the first weekend of July.
Yeah. I don't know. It took me off guard. I was planning on going, but I don't think I can make it this year. But hey, maybe next year.
I am swapping out the footage because I think people are going to complain about how not smooth that is. Apologies to everyone. This is last week's footage. Glad I kept it around. But yeah, I think too many people are going to complain. They're going to be like 5 minutes in, like, oh, what's this janky footage? Apologies. I didn't realize it recorded it at such a low frame rate. Anyway. So yeah, it's unfortunate you're not going to be able to come this year.
Yeah, but voice crack. Yeah, but this game is gonna be alive for like until I'm like a grandpa, I'm sure. So I'll have more opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh no, I feel I'd hate to think long term, but I hope we have at least 4 more years. But at some point, I do worry that Steve is gonna get excited by something else shiny and somewhere else.
Yeah, but Steve will hand the reins over to someone else. He'll still have like some kind of influence in maybe making the plot and things, or he's working on the Evolution Engine 2 or whatever. But I think no matter what, he'll still have some hand in Warframe. And I don't think anything will happen to the point of, hey, look, some big publishers bought out Digital Extremes and we have another Blizzard situation going on.
Do you remember do you remember, like, it was a number of years ago when I believe it was like a poultry company bought stocks in Digital Extremes, and people were freaking out about that.
Oh, the Chinese company?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people were like freaking out about like, oh no, this is going to kill the game because they're at the mercy of stocks and stuff like that. And then
no impact.
It was. I can understand why there was a little bit of confusion from it actually, because as I recall, the holding company that bought the stocks was also they also owned. Oh god,
Perfect
I can't remember the name. Was it Perfect World? There's Perfect World and Perfect World Entertainment, and the one in America I think was Perfect World Entertainment, and everyone didn't like them. But it was also Perfect World in China, which is the Chinese release of those games, which is not as bad apparently. But it turns out that the company, I think Steve put everyone's worries to rest when he said, like, yes, they've done this, but we still have control, and they said we have complete creative freedom. And what it appears to be really in the long term is just that there's a company in China that has a lot of money and just wants to purchase something which will probably go up in stocks, and obviously the money let them do a lot. But I don't know who is over there, but someone in China must have gone like, yeah, we'll let them do their thing, and they'll just make us money. That's how it should be. Instead of being, oh no, we don't know anything about games, but we're going to come in and shove loot boxes everywhere, because that was the worry, wasn't it? But I think that they sensibly just went, yeah, you do your own thing, but we own you.
Yeah.
Yeah, dodged a bullet on that one.
Also, what's going to happen? Have you guys watched many of the older Simpson episodes?
I can't say I have.
Okay, so I'm just going to make reference to the fact that in one of the episodes, Mr. Burns is like 300, but his body has died, but he's got like a Terminator body, and his head is just in a jar. That's going to be Steve, right? His head is going to be in a jar, and he's going to be on top of a tank. Right? He's just gonna drive around and just do like weird memes. Yeah, he's gonna drive around showing people the new lighting mechanics he got on his tank and blinding them.
He's gonna say the power of his tank is new lighting mechanics and particle physics.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. We'll move on to the cards, the graphs, the things that we did last week in the episode. So the first graph we asked, there we go, that one. Right. What is the Spectra used for? This was one that Loz asked for. So, and too rightly so. And there's only one correct answer. Triv, if you scroll up, you'll be able to see the card in question.
I do.
Right. So 63 people responded. 1% said / puncture beam weapon. 14. No, Loz, you can't give away the correct answer because we're going to see if Trib gets it. Right? Now he knows that that's not the correct answer. So
what? But it's a / puncture beam weapon. Yes, it is a / puncture beam weapon, but it's not what it's used for.
It's not the correct answer. 14% said ceiling doors. 19% said none of the above. 23% said deep space construction tool, and 41% said bonus duck. Right? Trib, what is the correct answer?
Okay, so this is like this isn't like a meme thing. This is an actual like quiz question, correct?
A little bit from column A and a little bit from column B.
Okay, all right. So this is interesting because the Spectra, you know, that thing always reminded me of. I used to play a lot of Killing Floor 2, or Killing Floor in general, and this thing always like I saw seeing doors on that thing there, and I was like, you know what? It really does look like one of those tools that you would seal doors like for, like to get like keep investors from blocking or breaking down the doors. But if we're going with like actual like lore, I'm pretty damn sure because I remember in my head when I saw this one, I was like, oh, that's Dead Space like. I'm pretty damn sure it's like deep space construction tool because it's like a I forget the exact purpose. Maybe it was like a mining laser before mining lasers existed, but I do think that it is used as a deep space construction tool, if I'm not mistaken.
Loz, what is the correct answer?
Ceiling doors. No. The description. No, everything you said there was completely right, but that's why it's a bit of a meme joke. So yes, it is a slash puncture beam weapon. Yes, it is actually a deep space construction tool, according to the description of the item. The reason we say ceiling doors, and this was just a bit of a jokey jest, is if anyone watched the Machinima series Faulty Frame Squad that we made, every time we use a Spectra, we only use Spectras for locking doors because we needed an excuse to lock doors. Would seal them shut, so they use Spectras to do that because it looks cool.
That's great.
Because we hated the Spectra as well because it did no damage back then. So ceiling doors! And it's not bonus duck. There is no bonus duck. What is a bonus duck? No one knows.
What is a bonus duck? I was going to ask that.
It's a TF2 thing. Duck? Let's move on.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
It is. I thought we made it up.
No. No. It's a TF... Loz, we're not that creative.
Oh, damn it.
Graph number 2. Graph number 2. How many times have you seen the wolf? Right? 68 people responded to this. 2% said plus 31 times.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 4% said 0 times the wolf is a lie. They're the right ones, by the way. 4% said 11 to 20 times. And 88% said 1 to 10 times. So, Traverse, how many times are you going to lie and say you've seen the wolf?
I to this day, or not to this day rather, it's barely like Nightwave is fucking brand new. I still don't entirely believe Steve when he said that the spawn rate for wolf increases as the Nightwave goes on, because I have only seen wolf about maybe 7 times, but let me tell you that 4% of voters, sorry, the ones that said 0 times, there's another 4%. Whoops. I would 100% believe them because I'm trying to remember who actually. There was someone on Twitter who says they haven't seen the wolf once. It may have been Omnivoice. I can't remember.
No, that was me.
That was you?
That was me.
That was you.
I pitched a fit at this. I'm still pitching a fit at this. I still haven't seen the wolf. It's fucking...
Not once?
Not once! It's fucking week 9! Right?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the fucking wolf!
And you never will.
It's a fucking lie! The wolf doesn't exist!
I 100% would believe you on that if it wasn't for the fact that I've seen him 7 times and gotten 2 sledge heads and nothing else.
Why are you lying to me? Why? Why are you part of this hashtag Warframe propaganda to make out that this fictional character doesn't exist?
Yeah.
Nope.
I probably shouldn't let Xeno Gellion in on this, but the sledge is just like, it's a skin for like the Jack tag. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the emote, the wolf howl, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you get that from killing enough feral Kubros. But I could be wrong on that.
Oh my god. Right. Should we move on?
Yes.
The next one is have you obtained the wolf's sledge? So 60 number, I can't read it because I got my glasses off.
68.
68 people responded to this.
Fail number by 1.
4% said yes through trading. 5% said yes through farming. And 89% said no.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, considering the wolf is made up.
Man, I am definitely in the 4% category where I really wanted that sledgehammer, so I just shelled out platinum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you pay?
This was like, I believe 2 weeks after the Nightwave started. So if I recall, it was maybe about 400. I could be wrong on that.
That's not bad.
It was a weapon that I really, really, really wanted. And now that they fixed it to the point where, like, because like in the past, not only was the hitbox really janky, but you had to charge in order to throw it, which made very little sense. And now you can just and now the throw is instant. So it's a really good weapon now they've changed the mechanics. I 100% believe anyone who voted no, because I'll say before that I think I cut myself off. I was scared that I was going to regret my purchase. It is going on like week 9, week 10. I can't remember. I think you said it, Xeno, a second ago. It's going on that long, and I've only received 2 sledge heads. So looking back, I kind of don't regret buying the weapon. I could have waited a bit longer, but I'm glad I bought it. To those who are trying to like just farm it, like the 5% who actually got it in this poll, you're incredibly lucky, or you were spamming the hell out of missions just hoping that that the Awoo boy would spawn. I can't do that. I guarantee you that if I kept trying to do that, if I just kept trying to do that, I would get like 5 sledge heads, and then the event would end. No doubt in my mind. So I got it through trading. I'm one of those people. I took a shortcut. I gained nothing. I experienced the hollow victory.
Right. Moving on to the next card, which I think is number 4. Yeah.
Would you be upset if in the last week they put I'll save that for comments. What if they put a node where you can just fight the boss, you can fight the wolf continuously?
I think there should be like a beacon that you can get from Barrow. Like you can get the others. Like, why not get that?
I'll say it now. The one other suggestion was that he works like the acolytes for 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, very, very quick off topic thing, and then we'll go to the next one. It's funny how when the step ephemeros came out, Burrow has not released a single beacon for Stalker since then, because people would just buy the Stalker beacons and farm him for his smoking step.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's not, like, he hasn't brought a single freaking Stalker beacon since ephemeros dropped, and it makes me a little bit upset. But anyways.
That's weird. I suppose because that makes sense for people to basically drain people's doubloons. You got to drain these doubloons.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they've not done it yet.
So the next card we have is: are you for or against loot pinatas? So last week we were talking about the new thumpers, and people were complaining, saying like I think people were complaining. I can't really remember that it's just a giant pinata. You just get all the resources from it. You don't actually have to try it all, and it undermines the value of experiencing the planes or the exploiter or Valis. Right. So ask the question: are you for or against loot pinatas? 50 people responded. 20% said that they're against it, and 80% said that they were for it. Where are you?
To be honest, little bit column A, little bit column B. I think these kind of enemies, like Exploiter Orb, where you just go out and you murder them, and you get almost every single type of like material on that specific open world. That's great if it's specifically for players who have already experienced most of what these open worlds have to offer in the first place. Because let's face it, you've mined in a cave, you mined in all of them at that point. It's like the experience wears off pretty quickly, in my opinion. Everyone has different tolerances for different activities. But in my opinion, I got sick of fishing and mining really quickly. But I put in the time anyways. Now, if they somehow made it so that these pinata enemies were only available for players who have already experienced all this content in the first place, I think I'd be for that, because there's nothing more like annoying when I'm going to go build something like, say, off the top of my head, like an amp from one of the open worlds, and then I realize that I have to go get like this specific bait for a specific fish, and then go fish for it. That's kind of annoying. And I play this game to shoot things, right? Like, I'm pretty sure everyone got into this game to shoot like clones in the head and like greedy profit men and stuff like that. Now, having this kind of enemy is great for people who have already dumped time into the vast majority of what an open world has to offer. But making it available for everyone right out of the gate kind of makes all those systems go to waste at the same time. Like, no reason to mine, no reason to fish, etc., etc. So a little bit of both, I guess, is my answer. I know that's kind of a cheesy answer, but it's 100% right. Or true, rather. And,
I think the big thing is, though, that with the Plains of Eidolon, I mean, that's been out for over a year, and then they've done it. The Orb Valis has been out for, I want to say 4 or 5 months before they brought in the Exploiter. I really don't know. And, you know, so for a year plus, I don't mind them bringing it in. For the Exploiter and things, I think, yes, certainly this is maybe a little too soon, but
yeah, definitely.
I'm more in favor for too soon than too late.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because if they put it in way too late, at that point it's like, there's not much of a point for these enemies. In fact, fun fact, I think I've only fought in like one Thumper, because I just have no use for them anymore. Because it took a while for them to get into the game. It's a really weird decision that they made to make these enemies, because you're hitting this weird limbo of, there's players that have all of the materials already, and they don't need to fight these brand new enemies. And then you have the players who are going to fight these enemies a few times and then never fight them again, because they already got all the materials they need from them. Because most enemies in this game, they're fodder enemies. They're enemies that you have to fight. But things like the Exploder Orb and the Thumpers are enemies that you seek out to fight. And I think I think that the way they designed these enemies may have been a little bit of a mistake, because I think they're just gonna be something that no one tackles after a while, unless they update the drop tables every now and then. But yeah.
Well, I don't think they want for the updating drop tables. But let's move on to the next card, because I think that actually that last card reflects that as well. So the last card of the week was, are you actively farming Thumpers? 42 people responded. 14% said yes for the resources. 28% said yes for fun. And 57% said, no, I already have everything.
Yeah, this is this is what I was getting on before. Again, the Thumper is designed to be an enemy that you seek out to fight for resources, rather than an enemy that you have to fight because they're in the way, they're attacking an objective, or whatever. I 100% understand the people that are in the 57% category. And same for everyone, actually. The Thumpers are pretty fun to fight. But yeah, I think in order to make the Thumpers like valuable at all times, maybe cycle out, instead of having like having the entire pool that they have. Maybe only have a select few things and then cycle them out every few updates. I don't know. But yeah. I if I had to answer this, I would have to say no. I already have everything. Not because I farmed the Thumper, mind you, but because like you said earlier, the Plains of Eidolon has been out for like a year and a half, something like that. And I just have everything. And the Thumper came in at kind of a bad time for me.
Yeah, it's just to me, it's too little, too late. But
yeah, I agree.
So cool, right? Okay, that's it for the cards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Patreon questions now, isn't it, Loz?
Yep. So we've got 3 Patreon questions from 3 people this week. First from MechMario64. What are you going to use or have used your Umbral Former on?
Oberon Prime.
Excalibur Prime.
Why Excalibur Prime?
Why not? Why Oberon Prime?
Because Excalibur Umbra has the same stats as Excalibur Prime, right?
And
you've already lost your face. Why did you throw away your former?
Because if they're gonna make me, they're trying to make me use another frame. I see what they're doing. They're not gonna win.
Okay.
They're not gonna win.
Oh, I kind of wish if you threw your Umbra Forma on Excalibur Prime, you just screw a scarf. That'd be pretty cool. Because there's one thing that I'm never gonna forgive DE for until they fix it. Maximum upsetty that you can't put your Excalibur Prime helmet on Umbra. Yeah. That to this day irks me. Like
the what helmet?
The Excalibur Prime helmet. You can't put it on Umbra.
No. You have to explain.
You have to from the game.
You have to explain it.
For
fuck's sake.
No, it doesn't exist.
Okay,
it's sad.
so
very sad. It was out.
So Loz's main is Excalibur Prime, and before the PBR, they actually had 2 color tints on Excalibur Prime's head, though they were the same color.
It was the whole. There's the whole body. The whole body had patterning. There was secret patterning.
What's the relevant part of this conversation, Loz?
Hey,
what was the part that you literally just said? No, they patched that out. The head doesn't exist anymore.
They didn't patch out the body. We still got the body, but
so the head's the context here, right?
What head? I can't.
Either you tell the story or I'm telling the story.
Well, I was gonna let you tell it, but you failed. So
no, but you interrupted me and decided I failed.
Fixed it for you, yeah, definitely.
Anyway,
there was a color tint you had to lose a color tint to enable the gold tinted areas to be colored in, to be tinted because they were fixed as gold. And then for a while they were like, "Oh yeah, we can fix this." I'm like, "No, you're gonna lose a channel because you need to color the gold bits." Nah, fix it. And then Carrie changed it at one point and gave me there's a strip down the front of his face is what the key thing is that was invisible on the default, but it was there if you colored it.
It was only invisible because the colors were the same.
Yeah, on the default color scheme.
Yeah.
And we lost that. And then they patched out the helmet. It's very good. It's very
good. In regards to using the Umbra Forma, it's funny that this is a question because I very recently just got mine. I'm at rank 29 on this current Nightwave. I've not finished it yet. But I got the Forma, and I threw it up on Twitter like, hey, I got this, and I'm saving it for something that I like really, really, really interests me. And I was like, hey, but if you have a dumb use for it, let me know. And there's 2 comments that I got that I really like. One person, his name is El Nacho on Twitter. Thanks again for commenting. He said, use it on your Loki and put Umbra Intensify on it to make people mad because you don't run Power Strength on Loki. And then DK Diamantes commented, use it to remove an Umbral polarity on Umbra Excalibur. And that just might be the best use for it I've ever heard.
Oh, jeez.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but DK Diamantes has a really great idea with that. Remove one of the biggest reasons to use Excalibur Umbra and never be able to get it back.
Okay, why has DK suggested? No, you can do that. You can get rid of it with a normal Forma.
Exactly.
You don't have to waste it with. Oh, Jesus.
Exactly.
But if you use Umbral Forma, does he eventually lose his scarf?
Actually, no, to be fair, though,
just vanishes.
I don't think you can remove a polarity with the Umbral Forma. I think you can only be... I think it can only be the Umbral polarity, right? You don't have the same functionality of a normal... Elias, have you used yours yet?
I've used mine now, yeah, because it annoyed me every time I wanted to form or anything, and I was like, right, I'm going to put this where I want it. Right, there we go. Yeah. I would have tested otherwise. Maybe next time.
You did test the gun thing though.
Yes, you can stick it on guns, and
stupid.
Bit of a spoiler for the memes. I have a meme of somebody put it on a Cobra.
Wow.
If I can put it on a K-Drive, that'd be great.
No.
Oh.
Put it on the Cubro and then consign it to the Lotus.
Oh, that's very good.
That's ultimate stupidity. Cool. Right. Should we...
Blaze Rios' next question is, will you ever put a timestamp for Patreon questions in the description?
We could do.
We could do. I will put that in my list. It won't be this time, but it will be fun.
Well, just take it now and then we'll rewind it a few minutes.
Okay. There we go. I'll take that, and you can rewind it a bit. Right, what's the next one? Zrugal asks, if you use FaceRig, will you use the same model for a while or change it up each week? Well, I think maybe that was to our guest last week, because you don't use FaceRig anymore, do you?
No, we were talking about me potentially using FaceRig. I don't know, I think I'd have to go with whatever character either A has a beard or B is bald.
Fair enough. Zrugal also asks, did I see you play Satisfactory the other day? If so, how is it?
Yes, I did. I really enjoy it, but the problem is I have very few friends that actually own it. So it's just a fun, casual, let's not rage quit the universe game. So, unlike
what is
Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Could you describe Satisfactory as a genre?
Sandbox Factorio. It's basically Minecraft Factorio. There you go.
Well, that's interesting because Blaze Rio says Minecraft stream when.
Loz, when am I due to die?
Oh, I don't know. I have to consult the chicken bones.
Okay, we'll get back to that one then.
And then I have to consult the runes.
Or about what the chicken bones are talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Got to translate, man. Got to translate.
Have you? Very quick off topic thing. Have you played Sekiro, Xeno?
Yes, it's fucking hard as shit. Especially when I'm trying to not die because I didn't realize, for Loz's benefit at least.
No, you told me.
Okay, well, for everyone else's benefit at least, you get penalized each time you die by I think parts of the narrative get locked away from you, and I'm trying hard not to die. So when I'm fighting an enemy I know how to kill, I'm like all poised and ready to strike and deflecting the attack and then counterattack and it's dead. When I'm fighting an enemy I've never fought before, I'm like, give it away.
Oh yeah, it's funny because I played it myself, and I very, very rarely got that mechanic where it just locks off NPC things. Very rarely. And while you can fix it via in-game item, it's funny because I've seen some people who will get that because it's like an RNG roll, I think, and I've seen people get that like every 5 deaths or something like that. I'm like,
really?
How the hell are you doing that? Yeah. So I was watching. Sorry. I was watching Vinny Vinesauce, and he was playing it, and he kept rolling. The status effect for these NPCs is called Dragon Rot.
Yeah.
And he kept rolling Dragon Rot. I swear, like every 5 to 10 deaths. And I'm like, how?
So, I was doing it on my first run. I didn't get Dragon Rot for 20 to 30 deaths. Right. I was on the first ever ogre you encounter. And just randomly at one point in time, it happened. I'm like, son of a crap. I didn't realize this was a mechanic. And I thought, considering I'm really early on, I'm still trying to get the hang of the controls and everything, I'll just restart the game, right? And, I killed the ogre first time. I was slaughtering everything. I wasn't dying at all. And then I come to, again, I still haven't even beaten the first boss, right? Because I'm that much of a coward, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I come across the first shinobi hunter who kills me, right? My first or second death, and then I get Dragon Rot on the first 2 characters, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe I believe that's a scripted Dragon Rod event. The mobs were the sculptor and the
maid.
Old woman. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I believe that's scripted. But you said you didn't get it last time.
No. So like the first time I was playing it, it took like I don't know 20 to 30 kills deaths before I got it.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then the second time, I got it on like the second death, which was much further on in the game. But I was just
that
like,
is weird.
Sack of shit. So,
that is freaking weird. But all right, yeah, that's all I want to know. If you were playing it,
I enjoy it when I get it to work. Anyway, where we the community responses now from last week?
Sure, move to community responses from last week. Starting with Majoga, says they've been farming the bull thumpers, not for the resources, but for the elusive Karudo blueprint. That's fair enough. I've not seen it drop. You guys?
Oh. Well.
Day one access.
Yeah.
Drops mic.
Yeah, I believe I read a comment on a video one time where someone said I was hand fed by DE, and it's gonna become a joke in other Discords because, like, I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, we don't get things like, for example, the wolf sledge, which I would have done some heinous acts for DE if they gave me that right off the bat. But that's another story. But yeah, I haven't needed to farm it, but I'm assuming it's a pain in the ass to farm. The new fist weapon, correct?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Well, fist and feet, yeah.
Fist and feet, yeah. The grenade.
They also say Grineer drones should have a visible marker like the Corpus beacons. Half the time I can't see the stupid drone and end up with endless Grineer.
Yep.
Oh yeah, like the balloons that fly around, they summon the ships. Yeah, that's a pain. There's a lot of enemies in Warframe that could really do with some more visual like identifiers. Like I've always stuck with the idea that energy drain extremists need a energy line going from you to the enemy.
Yes,
that needs to happen because if I have like one, I have many complaints about this game, but it's all in fun. It's all in like good fun. But if I had like one current complaint that really needs to be addressed, it's being energy leached by an enemy that somehow pathwayed themselves under a staircase and can't get out anymore. And I'm just looking around like, where the hell is this enemy? Where the hell are they? And then after they sapped away like 150 points of my energy, I find them just cowering under a stairway trying to get out with their head poking under the floor. And I'm like, well, fuck, it was you sneaky bastard. And then, I pop them in the head with a piranha and then move on with my life. But yeah, they've really, really got to do some visual indicators for enemies like the drones, like the Grineer drones and the planes, energy leeches, and so on. It really needs to be done. If you remove that annoying ass lip in that one Corpus rescue tile set, you know the one?
you know the one.
You can do this.
Okay, Sean Montgomery said, and I didn't quite get this one, 2 questions without all applicable answers. I assume that must mean the cards. I'm not sure about what they meant by that, because without all applicable answers, I thought they all did have a very an open option question answer. Anyway, they also said, don't care about Lupa and Yatas, haven't bothered fighting the Thumpers yet, so not at all doing that. Anarchy Gaming, Wolf should have spawned in mechanic as acolytes, so that's be interesting. That's brought up earlier. Many people brought up about comment. I'm shocked about this, and me and Xeno, I've made a Reddit thread to even see what people's responses are. I am still on the side of nerfing Itzel's blink. So many people were like, no, don't. And I just can't. Like the responses you get are a lot of things like, not on this one, but also the Reddit thread, where people saying that movement was boring and D needed to add something to it to make it interesting. And that just shocks me. I mean, what do you want? An in-flight movie? I just don't get it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think I really think the problem is that you have to travel such, we're talking like 1.5 kilometers in terms of between stages, and that is really frustrating. Yeah, I would much rather you travel to a location, you then do the mission, right?
Right. Yeah. So the problem, that's the thing, is that everyone focuses on the Itzel, and they also say, nerfing the Itzel won't make the K drives work. And to me, the K drives are a separate issue to me. I hate that people keep combining the two, because I know that's how D originally brought it up, is that I think they were talking about K drives, and then they went into the ITSL and said, oh yeah, the K drive needs to be fixed because the ITSL can do this, and then Scott said no for the ITSL. But I see them as separate issues because, to be honest, I don't really care about the ITSL on the planes. That's just a band-aid to me. For me, I'm thinking about how is the ITSL going to work in Railjack and what missions I can design for it. And it's basically a game hack, the Blink.
Yeah.
And it's basically used as a crutch in the open world to move around the map. And as you've said, as we were talking earlier, that the issue is not, we need the ITSL to move around the thing, and so we've got to keep that in. It's like, no, you can remove the ITSL, but you need to improve the map design and either add fast. I think you brought this up, Chibros, fast travel would be an excellent thing to add to the game. That you could just fast travel to several points on the map, and then you say, I think you said, give it a 3 or 4 second animation, and you just fly upwards a little bit off screen, and then you teleport to the exit or to the Temple of Profit or whatever. And obviously, if you get attacked, it cancels the timer. There we go. Yeah. And then also, Xeno was saying that instead of making it going, right, you've got to do this mission here now, that mission over there, 800 meters, now this mission, 1600 meters in this other direction. The bounties were focused on a particular area. Hey, it's the spaceport, so let's do missions to do with the spaceport. It's themed bounties on the spaceport. It's themed bounties in the, what's the lab? Enrichment lab. And then there's, what's that one in the top right that never gets used? Even that has a point, you can capture it.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's like satellite link up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one never gets used, and you can even get bounties from there. And as soon as you get them, they're like, go back to the start to do some bounties near the spaceport.
The Pearl is exactly the same. The Pearl,
there's another one.
Yeah. Like you go, you get the Pearl, and then it's like, go over there now. It's just like, just fucking got here, right?
So it's the map design that's the problem, not we need ITSL. And it's only because. So the other solution I would also say is just take out Arcwing from. I know it's not a solution. I don't annoy them, and you still need to do this map improvements. But to be honest, what's the point of having K drive and Arcwing? Arcwing was clearly in there as a stopgap, and then they came up with the idea of the K drive for these open world areas. Why did they leave Arcwing in? They should have just removed Arcwing when they put K drive in.
It's like I've said this before. The second that they announced, "Hey, look, we're going to put Arcwing in the Plains of Eidolon," I was just like, "That's World of Warcraft all over again." You know, it's it's the exact same problem Blizzard had when they introduced flying in World of Warcraft for name of the place, Loz.
Sorry, what?
The Burning Crusade for the second expansion, and then they always had to come up with the reasons why you couldn't use it for the next expansion, because otherwise you would just fly up, you just yo-yo up and down to get to the points where you actually gave a crap about, which is what we have right now, right?
Yeah.
And then in Cataclysm, the third expansion, it was the worst of all because you had access to flying immediately, right?
Yeah. So structured areas and the new content, it was very hard to design it because people would just basically ping up in the Z dimension and ping down exactly on the quest thing they were supposed to be doing instead of progressing through it normally.
And
right.
I agree with you in that. Like, we really should not be comparing K drives and Arcwings together and be like, oh, we should nerf this because K drives that's just a separate thing. Even if they removed Blink, I can guarantee you 100% people would still use K drives instead of people would still use Arcwings instead of K drives because K drives can't go through obstacles; they have to go around things. And, no matter what Arcwing you're using, you're gonna just be able to go in one straight line. But anyways, when they announced Plains of Eidolon, and they showed the Arcwings back then, that was probably the best possible idea I thought they could use Arcwings for, because you have this giant open world and we need a way to get around it. So I was like, cool. And then they drop Orb Valis, and you quickly realize that they've kind of dug themselves into a hole with this new mechanic. Because they can introduce things like K-drives, everyone's still going to shove them to the sidelines, and then you have issues like Blink, etc., etc. It's funny because Arcwings were intended to be more than just like taxis to get around the world.
Yeah.
Like, you can fight with them. They have their own ability set, but no one really cares.
No.
Everyone just...
That's because they made them so, in the planes and the Valis, they're so fragile that it's just like a paper airplane.
That's one
it's
thing.
Like, good usabilities and fly swatted out of the air. It's like, well, what's the point of
that's one thing I totally want sort of fixed. Like, first off, no more fly swatting out of the air, right? If I'm in Arcwing, start spawning Arcwing enemies, right? Make them nasty things that start destroying anyone on the ground, right? And anyone in the air, to sort of be like an incentive not to always be an Archwing. Don't just swat me out of the air because you don't want me there because the enemies can't look up.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't know how to look up. They neck don't work, so they have to use these weird ass like red flares to knock you out of the Archwing. It's funny, looking back when like Poe Poe first dropped, and how Archwings had a charge. You had to wait for the lengthy animation things, and then nowadays you just press the button and go. It's really telling how they flipped their mindset, because before they were like, we don't want Archwing to be on a cooldown, because then what if you immediately get shot out of the air and then you have to wait for the cooldown, and then like a year later they're like, okay, fine, we'll do it your way. And really funny how that worked out.
Because if they left at the point they added K drives, if they left the consumable in for the Archwing launcher, it would then at least have some reason to use. You might be thinking, I'm low on them, I'll save those, I'll use my K drive because I haven't got time to go farm on the plains. And people will whinge and say, I have to go to the plains and I want to use them on the Valis. Like, well, yep, that's what it's going to be. You've got a K drive, why not use that? And then people are like, oh, fine, I'll use the K drive a bit. But instead of just removing that restriction, anyway, let's move on the comments here. So Andy Norman Valeria.
No, sorry. I want to say one last thing. Right, one last thing. I received a comment on one of the last arbiters that I did that said, Oberon's too OP. He needs to be nerfed. Right? Itzel's not OP. All the other Archwings have to be buffed. Right?
Oh, I hate that one. It's like, you'll have to give a blink to all of them, but make Itzel's the best blink. It's like, how?
The point was that we have this thing that you don't care about that needs to be knocked down a peg, and this thing that you do care about, and everything has to be brought up. And it's just like, this is favoritism. How? Anyway, sorry. I needed to throw that out there.
Last comment, actually, I'll say, you just reminded me, is that I hate it when people say, Coptering and Air Melee got removed, but they added in Parkour 2.0. If they remove Itzel's Blink, they need to add in Archwing Movement 2.0. And I'm like, literally, the Itzel's Blink is a game hack that flies you forward very cheaply and very quickly. Apart from fast travel, which you've just come up here, I cannot think of a better, as an ability anyway, I can't think of anything that how you could give a ability to an Archwing that would be as usable, yet not the same as Blink. It literally is just teleport, unless it literally you gave the only thing I could think of, which would still be OP, is you gave the Itzel the ability to look at any point at any distance and teleport to it, but it'll drain all your energy. That's the only thing I can think of you can give it.
Well, I think you get on your Archwing and you fly up. Like, it's the fast travel system that Traversa said. And then basically, you can only do that in your Archwing. You take away the ability to sprint boost and things, and fix the fucking bounties so they're in one location, not all across the map. That's the reason why we care. It's because it takes time to get between them.
No, I don't know about all over the map. I think it works for the plains because you could just access them right away. Whereas on the Valis, it's like, you can capture the base. Yes, I really want to do a really boring mini mission with no reward just to be able to start my bounty again, or I could Itzel Blink back to the base and start the next bounty.
Yeah, you're right on that.
Anyway,
because like okay.
No, go. You did, last comment. There you
go. Okay. I was just gonna say, in planes, those things are already opened up, whereas you have to like do a mission to open up another bound location when you can just like blink back. I was just agreeing. Is all. You can just blink back to the entrance. Yeah.
Right, moving on. So, what's it? Andy Norman. I'll get this right. Let me say this name right. We've got a list here. Where is his name? Valurea. I think that's how it says. Yes. I have got the Wolf Sledge and haven't bought a single piece. I play on Xbox One and I wasn't even looking for him. He kept appearing on Hydron or while I was Relic or Cooper farming. Well, lucky for you, Andy Norman.
I think he's lying.
Well, counteract that with Pepper. I have seen and killed the wolf 8 times, have gotten 1 part for his hammer.
Complete lies.
Cynical Noluk says, for your cards, please use on console, please send help as an option. So we need to add that more, apparently. We used that before on console. Please send help.
Send help.
Okay.
Yes.
I'd love to, but limited in responses.
And then the last one I've got here. Yes. Ascalor. This is from last week. I think it's through a mastery rank, and I asked what a mastery rank he is because he's moaning at me. So Xeno says 26, and then I reply with try hard. And then Ascalor thinks, wait, me with mastery rank 27? What? So, yeah.
Yeah,
so Xeno's a try hard, but Ascalor, you're just awesome. Anyway, that's it for comments from last week.
Rude.
Let's move on to the topics for this week, Xeno.
Cool. So
I can cut and paste. I know how to cut. Where's that?
So, first things first. First topic we have of the week: Eidolon shards. Make them worth something. Dun, dun, dun. Topic 2. Please add a thumper hunting option to the Cetus bounty board. Really? And then we got topic 3. Suggestion: taxi service on the plains of Eidolon straight to Fortuna. I'm interested.
Ooh. Wait, on the plains?
Yeah.
To Fortuna.
Yeah. So let's go through, shall we? All right. So topic 1. Eidolon shards, make them worth something. With the Plains remaster and economy changes, Eidolons don't have much use anymore. What? Apart from ranking up quills and the paracesis, they don't have any purpose. I'm wearing a hat. Can someone headbutt the floor for me? Sorry, the table for me.
All right, one second.
Good enough. Don't hurt your head. I was expecting Loz to do that.
I was. Did it not pick up?
No.
My head hurts.
Right.
No, my butt filter. Shite.
Did you say your butt filter?
No, my butt filter.
Okay, it sounded like your butt filter. Anyway.
No, not my butt filter.
I'd like to be able to use them for a minor amount of focus, like brilliant/radiant shards. I'd even be happy being able to sell them for credits.
So he's talking about like Eidolons being useless. I think he forgot that things like arcanes exist.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my thought.
Best. And here's the thing, right? You could say, oh, well, I don't need them. Well, that doesn't mean no one else needs them. Sell them for platinum. They're one of the best ways for getting platinum. I love doing Eidolons. I mean, the fights themselves, again, you'll get bored of anything eventually, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't play the same thing over and over again and not be like, but in terms of usefulness, no, Eidolons still have plenty of use. Now, granted, they took this use from raids, but still, they do have plenly of use.
Well,
it's not.
Big thing was like I'd like to. Well, first off, they're talking about Eidolon shards. Yeah.
So they did also say Eidolons. They say with the Plains remaster and economy changes, Eidolons don't have much use anymore.
Okay.
I think it is counted. It is.
Okay, cool.
Good point.
But the other point that they had was I like to be able to use them for a minor amount of focus, like brilliant/radiant shards. I thought you could.
You can't. Is he talking about synthetic Eidolon shards?
No, that's all their use. Synthetic Eidolon shards are exclusively only useful for focus. But I thought you could use any of the Eidolon shards for focus. Like normal, brilliant, or radiant.
Yeah, you can. The way I see it is that the Eidolon shards are more of just like a passive way of earning focus.
Yeah.
But even like brilliant and radiant shards are worth farming. I don't know what shard he's talking about. That's what's confusing me.
Well, I assume he means like the one from the Terror list.
Yeah.
So
the regular shard.
I'm just gonna try and load up the wiki here.
No, the wiki doesn't seem to list them as any conversion. A brilliant Eidolon shard is worth 25,000. A radiant is worth 40,000. Doesn't say anything for a normal Eidolon shard.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Weird. Crafting component induced the Plat Eidolon update. They are used in crafting of paracesis. 10, 20, 30 Eidolon shards are required as the sacrifice rank 3 adherent, rank 4 instrument, rank 5 architect, respectively. The Eidolon Terrorist Gauntlet Eidolons drop 1, 3, and 5 Eidolon shards respectively, regardless of whether they are killed or captured. That's it seems.
That's I just got to the same page. Is a regular Eidolon shard not bound by the same rules as a Brilliant and Radiant? Can you not convert this into focus? The wiki doesn't say you can.
Yeah. The only thing I can suggest is jumping onto the game itself and actually checking. But I can't imagine the wiki would be wrong at this day and age.
It's weird. February 2nd, someone replied below, I'm sitting at 2,000, I'm nothing to do with, can't even sell for credits. Then someone replied, if you have an operator, you can spend them for focus. If you max out, then I guess you have nothing to do with them. But I don't know. Only can trade for focus is Brilliant and above. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can't.
You can't trade these for focus. Okay, in that case, then yeah, they do need more of a use. If it's literally just for building the paracesis, then it's kind of a stagnant resource. If it's just for the freaking paracesis. Oh yeah, and also upgrading for the quills.
Yeah.
That's weird. I could have swore that regular Eidolon shards could just be eaten, and you got like a few K focus. I must be confusing with the synthetic Eidolon shard that you get from Sanctuary Onslaught. I think I can check this actually. If I go, if my brain is working correctly, I should be able to just hop on Warframe and search Eidolon shard. And if I have a lot of regular shards, because I eat my shards a lot. Like, whenever I get a shard, I turn it into focus whenever possible.
Go check your inventory, see if you've got any, and then go to your kiddo and see if you can actually spend it into focus.
Yeah.
The wiki does say the synthetic can be converted to 5,000 points. So.
Yeah, it can. That I know. Yeah, and regarding the wiki, by the way, it does have some periods where it can be wrong. Fun fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there's a page on Baruch that still says that his Sphore's waves fall off with range, like the damage falls off. It's static damage. His damage doesn't fall off with range. It's still like that on its page, though. But for the most part, yeah, the wiki is accurate. I'm hopping on right now. I'm logging in. What's my login reward? Nothing. Okay.
Cool. Oh, wait, hang on. Also, you don't need them for arcanes anymore, do you? Because you just buy arcanes, you don't craft them.
Yeah, you just buy them now. I think that may have slid under D's radar.
I think that was why you used to use these for, that they were specifically for arcanes, and now they don't do anything.
Yep, I have 117 of these damn things, and I can't throw them into my kiddo.
Wow.
So, alright, yeah, we were confused. Yeah, so regular Eidolon shards aren't used for anything other than paracesis and ranking up in the quills now.
To be honest,
yeah, well, it's probably they didn't want it to be competing because people were like, oh, but I want to have my focus. Oh, but I need to use these for arcanes, and that was the arcane resource. And now that that's gone, it's like, yeah, they'll just introduce it and they'll put the 5,000. Someone just tweet them and they'll do it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's really freaking funny though, because I'm pretty damn sure that when D converted the arcane blueprints, they just completely forgot about these normal shards, because I sure as hell did. We all did. We were like, wait, can't you just throw those into conversion? So I think they just forgot, and now it's just a dead resource.
Yeah, well, like many of them.
No. Nothing is more dead than something you literally need at max. What?
I think it's 30.
What about control thingies?
You need more control modules. 65 of these. Once you've got 65 of these, there is no other use.
I have 117.
Right,
so
but you can only get them by actively farming the Eidolons.
Yeah. You can only get control modules by things that drop control modules.
Yeah, which is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, though to a lesser degree, control modules are a little bit, they're kind of dying, because if I'm not mistaken, they are considered kind of a rare resource, are they not?
Yeah.
I have 4,345 of them.
I have no idea how many I have.
I have a lot more than I should. That's interesting though about the Eidolon shard thing. That's I didn't know that. That's neat.
I'm wondering if
you need 322 control modules. Yeah. And that's not crafting dupes.
And he has 4,000.
Oh wait, yeah, well, but you also need things like detonite injectors. Need them, you know. So Anfield are on.
Do they?
Yep.
At the very least, control modules have like a refreshing use, like you know, like you can always use Fieldtrons because they're introducing new weapons into the game, etc., etc. Eidolon shards, yeah, zero use. I can go to my crafting bench right now and use a control module for something. I'm sure.
Right.
Let me see.
Yeah, and sorry, I found Mission Mass in there as well. So at the very least, you need it for the research craftable. So there we go. That is a use that we'll probably use in the future again. So there we go. Whereas shards.
Oh, you need them for Orkin Catalysts and this Ember Prime systems that I have for some reason.
Well, you can get rid of the Ember Prime systems. I promise you that.
Yeah, yeah.
Garbage Warframe. Okay, should we go to the replies?
Yeah, I think we'll agree on this one. Let's just fix it.
Yeah.
So those reply. I'm sitting on 1,100, well, more than 1,100 of them. It'd be nice if they had another use for them. Fair enough. Does everything have to be useful, though? Oh, okay. Here's the alternative point. Here we go. Should there be new items added to address the fact that people also have dozens of millions of spare nanospores, salvage, and alloy plates sitting in their inventory?
That's my point. Yeah. It's like,
but they've added uses to those. I mean, at the very least, Ticker eats those.
He does. Yeah, Ticker does eat the hell out of your resources. That was a maze too. Like, Ticker, you're so amazing.
Well, Onko eats the hell out of your Eidolon shards. So
no. He there's a difference between you'll always go, oh, you know what? I want some more. I need some more Ticker things. I mean, in theory, you could come up with more reasons to need more Ticker things to get more familial debt or get more rep. And then you could go, I need more rep, I need to buy more kit gun stuff, right? But as soon as you have spent 65 Eidolon shards on building the Paracesis, which you can only build once, and then 60 on all the rank ups needed, you literally cannot even choose to spend one. Even like spend it on wasted cosmetics or expendables. You cannot spend them. There's nothing
right. I see what you mean.
Yeah. Not only that, but when I hopped in to check my count, I actually can't even sell these shards. So it's just like I'm forever have 117 of them.
What about Nitane?
Nitane?
Yeah.
Are we still on the topic of dying resource?
Yeah, so like Nitane is a resource you have to go out of your way to get, right?
Yeah.
Like the Eidolon shards, but I'm pretty sure you only need a certain amount of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is in the region of, what is that, 180 current count.
Is it?
Yep.
180?
2 plus 18 for research, and that's with the tier 1 clan. Be more of a higher tier clan.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I like about the new Nightwave system. I rarely could go out of my way to. I rarely just found the will to go out of my way to farm Nitane alerts. It's like, man, I need that, but I just don't want to. But with Nightwave, I just get them passively by doing Nightwave and spending the credits on them.
Yeah.
I like Nightwave, but that's off topic. Yeah, I don't know whether I want to just turn these regular shards into focus conversions or use them for other blueprints, or both, or new blueprints, or both.
I'm pretty sure D would just rather go, introduce new thing. Should the player base be able to make them all at once? Or introduce new resource that no one has.
Recolored Nitane.
Well, yeah, I mean, they fucking did that, didn't they?
That was funny when I saw that icon. That is literally just a gold Nitane.
A golden gur.
When are we getting golden nanospores?
Right, well, the last reply was... Well, no downside to have less useful stuff when we already got tons of resources collecting dust. Quills should sell a recipe that turns them into brilliant/radiant versions. That could work. Yeah, that could be easy way of doing it.
That could work.
Or just let you convert the 5,000 for like a synthetic version, because the synthetic one is better than the other one.
Yeah, it depends on whether D wants to go through the extra steps, or wants players to go through the extra steps. Do we let players just like convert them, like just by going to the chair and throwing the normal shards into them, or do we make them into like you combine a certain amount into a brilliant or a radiant, etc. Or hell, let me hell, I'll tell you what. Let me eat a set number of Eidolon shards to increase the rate of getting rare arcanes for my next Eidolon drop. I'll accept that too. Because I'm constantly going to be getting regular shards and treat them like weird ass versions of void traces, where you just consume them to increase your odds of getting better arcanes.
You've summoned a Radiant Eidolon.
Shiny.
Shiny Eidolon!
Wow.
Golden Eidolon!
Okay, should we ask the card, should he repurpose the normal Eidolon shards?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they should.
But
What? I've already asked
I think everyone would understand. Everyone's going to say yes. Nobody. What?
I would
what is
say
the case
no.
of saying
I just want to get on with all the
I
stuff.
demand that I just collect these for all eternity with no use.
Well, no, I'd rather than not spend the time going back through like older resources that who cares about? We've already got like bajillions of other crap like gallium and nanospores and
I will be shocked if it gets more than 10% no on this. Right, should we move on?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cue for me to do something. So, next topic. Please add a thumper hunting option to the Cetus bounty board. With more and more players only wanting to hunt thumpers, it's becoming increasingly common for players to join squads with vastly differing goals. This is...
Analogous.
What does analogous mean?
Comparable to.
Okay. This is analogous with players mining or fishing in bounty groups, but is significantly more common in recent weeks, while miners and fishers have been blessedly rare.
Yes, maybe that's because they all decided to give up their hunting spears and mining tools, and they brought the guns for hunting the thumpers, because that's the best way of getting anything anymore, making all of the other things redundant.
Yeah. Adding a bounty board for thumpers. Oh, that's kind of a hard one because I am mixed on thumpers. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that I don't have to fish or mine anymore. I mean, I enjoy those activities for a while, but now I'm just kind of like, I'd rather shoot things. But I mean, it's just ridiculously easy to get resources now, and I think the only reason that I would go to the plains now, like right now, is if a Nightwave told me to, which is a reason to go to the plains. Fair enough. A bounty for thumpers. So I've only fought in one thumper. Keep in mind, are these things something that you really need a group for? Is it just as hard as like an exploiter orb?
Oh fuck no!
Hell no.
No, I didn't think so.
It's just tedious.
Yeah,
it's just like
go for the knees. Go for the knees.
Yeah, you're just sat there for absolute ages shooting at this bullet sponge. It's not something you actively engage like with the with the exploiter orb. Sorry.
Yeah.
It is just shoot the knees, knees.
Knees. Yeah, I thought so.
It's nothing overly engaging. The only problem is if you give people the option, hey, do you want to actually go do what's called mining or / fishing, or farm this thumper? Like, people are obviously going to go with the thumper, right?
Yeah.
They will only do mining / fishing if they want a serious change of pace.
Yeah. It's like the reason I asked that question is because I'm trying to make sure that I've been playing this game for 6 years. This game came out in 2013, I forget, something like that. Been playing it for a while, and it's hard for me to get into the position of a mid-range player, like someone who's been in the game for only about 3 to 4 months, something like that. And the way I see it is that if you can solo a thumper on your own and kill them in a reasonable amount of time, I don't really see the point of having a bounty system for them, because like I said, they're not super hard or anything. With an exploiter, it helps to have multiple people because you're getting that heat build up faster, and when you're doing bounties, it can easily overwhelm a mid-level player. I know this for a fact because the other day I accidentally brought an invisibility Loki instead of a radial disarm Loki into the sortie for free roam Plains of Eidolon the other night, and because I just didn't have the kit build up, they were destroying the hell out of my terminal. So having a team in those cases makes sense. But if a thumper doesn't really offer any reason to use a team, I don't see why it needs a bounty board. Because yeah, sure, you might go into a group and there's like 2 people fishing and 1 dude shooting contracts out of the air because he. But if you can handle the thumper on your own, what's the point in getting a bounty? Again, I'm trying to put myself in the mindset of like someone who's only been playing the game for like 4 to 5 months, 3 to 5 months or something. But yeah, I don't know. A bounty for thumpers? That to me sounds kind of like my brain might be dying here, so forgive me if this is actually a thing. But that seems like it'd kind of be like making a bounty specifically for I don't know, like hunting animals. If it's something you can do on your own, what's the point of having a bounty board for it? I don't know.
That's a fair point on the animals one, yeah. But also, you can just sit and chat and say, looking for people to farm thumpers with me.
Yeah.
There we go. You know, it is a unique minimal thing. You know, you could just do that.
Like again, it just depends on how difficult they are. It's hard for me to gauge difficulty now that I'm like 6 years into this fucking game.
Eidolons are more complex than these things.
Much more. Right.
All these things do is hop around, spin to try and shoot you with their guns, holds the ground, which pushes you back once, and then that's it. You just shoot these. I can't think of. Oh, and they might spawn drones at the top. I guess that's about it.
Yeah.
And then the bigger ones are just the same, just bigger with bigger hit pools, HP pools. That's it.
Yeah, mind you, it was really difficult for me to word my explanation in a way that just wasn't get good scrub or something like that. It's just, yeah. As for the question, final answer, I don't see much of a point if thumpers are going to be super easy anyway. Just join a random group and kill it.
I think the problem is that they don't want to join a random group who is doing a mishmash of different things, like, you know, people wanting to do Eidolons, they don't want to do a T5 bounty, right?
Yeah.
So they just want to, hey, look, we're all doing Eidolons, the end. Whereas I think that's what they're wanting here, is like they just want to be able to no effort form a group to do this resource farming. So
yeah.
Let's go to the replies and see what we can come up with in terms of a card.
First reply. There are less people leeching bounties by fishing/mining because thumping is more efficient. It's not a blessing that less people are fishing/mining. It's the players realizing what is more time efficient and wasting less time to get what they need.
Yeah, also, I wouldn't say they're... I don't know, do they really leech? Like, they're going to go do the bounty. I'm going to get the benefit of the rewards and everything. I'm just going to sit here and farm a fish.
I've never seen that, to be honest.
I haven't either, to be honest. I can't recall. Maybe we're talking like first 2 weeks of Plains of Eidolon when everyone couldn't get into the door. Maybe around that time, but I don't see that anymore.
I've only ever had that when I've gone to the plane straight away, then someone else has joined, and then they start one of the new bounties, and then it's like, okay, so I'm still fishing. You guys can do what the F you want. I'm fishing, right? This is my session. You know, I didn't start the bounty. You guys did. So
yeah, and most people who start up bounties, the funny thing about Warframe is even in a 4-player group where enemy count is scaled up and stuff, you only really need one person to do most activities in the game. Like a single person can handle all of a bounty. Like you take a Gara, for example, and you can handle any freaking bounty that Plains of Eidolon throws at you, guaranteed. So is it leeching that you're fishing when you know you're not going to add anything significant to the bounty anyway? Because like I said, a Gara, say she's defending a terminal from enemies, that's part of the bounty. She can just throw pop rocks in the terminal, then go I don't know, alt tab, watch a YouTube video or something. So I don't know. I wouldn't consider fishing to be leeching off of anyone when you're going to face roll the bounty anyways. Now, an Eidolon. Now, if you were fighting an Eidolon and some dude is just fishing over in a pond, yeah, that's leeching, definitely. But just bounty stuff?
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider that leeching.
Okay, move on, Loz.
Don't know what possessed them to make Domas only really show up during high-level bounties without creating a Thumper Hunt bounty. A weapon that rarely drops, and only from the higher Thumpers, which show up during bounties by itself, would have been enough to ensure there would be people starting bounties with no intention whatsoever of actually doing the bounty, even ignoring all the resource concerns.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that, to be honest. Again, I've only fought in a single freaking Thumper because DE freaking hand fed me the new weapon, and I already have all the resources, so I can't really contribute much to that response. But yeah,
The only thing
I'll read the last actually now. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you go.
No, you go.
I was going to read the last reply and then a comment. So do you want to do yours?
No. You comment.
Okay. Saya should do bounties for Thumper / Eidolon. In my opinion, she feels like a trophy wife, standing next to Ponzo, not even saying a thing. Just add a couple of generic lines on her and make use of a character that will not stand BS in the form of asking Tenno to deal with those beings that are messing up Cetus.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her. Wow, she doesn't have any lines, does she?
Nope.
Seems to finish the clash. She's like, my life is now perfect, and I no longer need to talk to Eddie's space angels. Yep.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, maybe get her some kind of line. It's little things that make the game great. Like they made relays feel a lot more alive when they rebuilt the what was it, the Earth relay, the one that looks like it's constantly on fire. I believe that's the Earth relay.
You and I have a very different opinion on that.
We don't talk about that here.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Like I think like having a little bit of background noise and chatter and like just like NPCs talking adds more life to an area than I would imagine, or you would imagine rather.
That sounds like that's good. That's not our issue with it. Our issue with it is the patheticness of the quest to rebuild it. And
yeah.
The lack of the Grandmaster Founders list is not in that.
Yeah. I was mentioning this, but the funny thing is that I've not visited that relay in ages, and I can't even remember what the hell we did for the event. That's how uneventful it was.
Girders.
Oh yeah. But yeah, in terms of the area and like chatter, I think NPC like talk and shit is really important. And to have that lady just standing next to Konzu and not doing anything feels a little bit weird. So yeah, get her some lines.
Got about some girders.
Girders.
Now, the point I was going to raise is it's a bit weird actually with these Thumpers, because to get the high level Thumpers, you need to activate or start and complete one level 5 bounty. If you just go onto the plains, you're not going to think, oh, I'm just killing these Thumpers and I'm not getting the recipe to drop, because I assume either it's a higher chance or it only drops from the bigger Thumpers. Seeing as you don't actually dynamically control, it doesn't say, oh, if you do this high level bounty, you will see high level Thumpers. You know, it's weird that it's a mechanic now that is sort of occluded by the bounty system. That makes any sense? And that unless you know how to get those high level Thumpers, you're at the mercy of your lack of knowledge on how to even spawn the things, which seems a bit weird to me. Yeah, to be honest, what I would like to see is why didn't they add a couple new bounties which have a step of kill a Thumper, and a Thumper boss will spawn for you? Well, it just seems lazy to me.
They need. Oh, Ash, there's the card, Loz. There's the card. Okay, so either Thumper bounties, right, or more stages to bounties, right? I can categorically say I would rather have more stages to bounties than having a special dedicated bounty to Thumpers like Eidolons.
No. Sorry. You mean yeah. You mean separate Thumper bounty?
Yeah.
Or
Thumpers
in
No, I just mean like just more stages. Just in general, more stages.
I know, but just you make it clear for people. You mean more stages in the current bounties?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so the choice is separate Thumper bounty choice, or more stages, or more bounty stages with Thumpers.
Yeah. If
that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know if I would. Since Nightwave is a thing, and there occasionally are things where it's like, oh, you must complete 6 bounties on planes. I don't know if having more stages to like make that take longer would.
Oh, I think what Xeno means. Sorry. Just to clarify, because Xeno means more variety in that pool. So the length is like if you pick 5, it will still be the same number of steps, but each one has more chance of being a different bounty. So you'll get
Okay, all right, cool. I was mistaken there. Okay, cool.
Yeah, like one would be defend a Thumper. One might be chase down a Thumper and follow it around the map. You know, you've got to follow it. One might be kill 2. This is something actually I want. Why can't we fight multiple Thumpers at once?
Why can't we fight multiple Eidolons at once?
No, that's silly. I mean, the screen can only have so many graphical elements on the screen before you're blinded.
Lasers
everywhere.
So yeah, like I want more variation in the bounties. Like we were doing the basic bounties for Orb Valis yesterday, and it was go do a spy, go do find caches, go protect a unicycle while it's being hacked, and it was always the fucking same. I'm like, oh my god, give me some variation. I don't. That's one of the best things about Warframe. Like all the variation in the open world stuff is completely stripped out, and I hate it. Well, not all of it, but most of it is stripped out. The only variation you have right now is the location in which you are doing the thing. But most of the time, it's always the same locations, right?
No, but they're always on the presets, and for some of them, like there's only so many. There's only I think maybe like 2 or 3 spy options, and you hardly ever get the spaceport one anyway. Even though it's basically just walk in the door and push a button.
That was hilarious. I've never seen that one before.
Yeah. I got that one actually. Last time I had to do. I think it was because of a Nightwave. Yeah. I was you know the one where you shoot down a drone and then you kill a few enemies. That part of the bounty in North Valis. Immediately after doing that, it popped up with that spy, and it was in the same the door to enter was directly freaking behind me. So I just walked in and hacked it, and I did the bounty. I was like, "Yay!" That took all of 5 seconds.
Yeah. No, why don't we have any? Oh god, I want to say interception ones where you have to hold X many points across the map. I mean, they love to actually separate where the stages are. So why can't we have they're 500 meters apart, right?
Yeah.
You know, why can't they do that? Why can't we have? Go on.
I just want to point out. I think they tried to do something like that with the very very mini quick interception style bounty where you have those containers that you're supposed to stand next to and capture before the enemy captures them. Something like that, but on a wider scale would be great.
Why can't we have something like a defection, right? Where we're escorting dudes out of a building.
Oh, you got to be careful with the defection word. I know people that get super triggered if you mention the defection word.
Well, okay, fine. We've only got one group instead of 2 groups. But you're just taking one group through a building, right?
Yeah.
You know, that is just give us more variety.
Yeah.
You know, I agree. Why can't we defend a cryopod, right, before it gets picked up by some Tenno ship? Why can't we? It's just it's always the same shit.
I think their intent, DA's intent, is that they didn't do that because we already have experienced all that crap in regular nodes. So a lot of the bounties that we do, they are different than regular mission types. Like I said, we don't. For example, we don't capture those little containers from enemies. We don't ambush a K drive, hack it, and stuff like that. But I think they need to realize that it's looking increasingly more likely that Warframe is going to be more about the open world nodes than the enclosed nodes.
I don't know. I think that.
So if that happens, sorry, 1 second. I'm going to finish this thought real quick. If that happens, there's no reason to introduce what you're talking about. Have just like regular defense missions, have interception missions on the planes and things like that. Yeah, we've done them before, but if we're going to be on the planes often, or like on open world things often, why not introduce them? Because we're going to be missing things. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we will end up missing things like defection and interception and things.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would love that. So you get a choice. You can either sometimes do bounties, or you could just defend a plot point on the map endlessly, and you keep getting a different pool of resources. You have options of how you play. Yeah. That would be, and like, hey, there's an interception over here, and you can make someone like randomly spawning. Like, yeah, an interception is like maybe once every hour. An interception point, 4 points will come down, and you have to defend them. They can even be really well spread out. As you say, like, what was the rescue one?
The defection.
Defection, yeah. And then they could be like, oh no, they're bringing like a spaceship comes down, it's dropping something. We've got to hijack this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, here's a random ass idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to go from point A. Point A produces this radioactive canister, right? And it has to be picked up and loaded onto a ship, right? The canister is only viable for like, I don't know, a minute, 30 seconds. That's just, it can only be left out and not properly contained for 30 seconds, right? Yeah. And you've got to hide it amongst other canisters, right? So you go into a room, right, undetected, so it's like kind of reverse spy. You're putting something there, and you've got to swap it out for another canister that will be picked up soon. Okay, maybe a minute then, right? But you got to put it in there. If they if they basically go in and like, okay, I'm going to pick up this one instead, right? And they don't pick up your one and it expires, you have to go get another one, right? So you have to see the pattern in how the enemy are picking up the canisters. And it's going to be something simple, right? Yeah. But you need to know where to put the canister, right?
Yeah.
So,
actually,
just put in more shit.
Yeah.
Not literal, but you get the point.
Yeah. When Plains of Eidolon and things first dropped, they did put in like new things like the ones in Plains of Eidolon where there's like Grenier and they're escorting a captive who has a bomb collar on them and you shoot them. That's something you don't find in regular nodes. It's just not a mission type.
Yeah.
Sabotaging the K drive, not the K drive, the core drive and things like that. What's tricky? I kind of sympathize with DE a bit because it's really hard to do variety because the human brain, like like the phrase "consuming content." We do consume content. It's not like it's not a renewable resource. So they can add as many mission types as they freaking want, but eventually we are going to get bored of it. So I do sympathize with them a bit somewhat. But at the same time, there are ways to stave off that, like to keep it thing, and adding more variety is always going to be a good thing. So I agree with you, both in that idea that you're proposing with like the shipment patterns and trying to replace the canisters via a reverse spy element, and also just introducing things like defense and interception, like just regular.
Here's a really simple one, right? You got the uniwheels, the unicycles, right? You've got that one where you have to lock it in place and then you've got to hack it, right? After you hack it, it reveals a cryopod and you have to wait for your Lisette to come pick it up, right?
You know what that reminds me of? Sorry, this is really quick. Back when I played Payday 2, there's a chance where you're completing an objective that there's just like a flip of the coin where you'll have to do another objective inside of it, like you're drilling open a safe, and then there's like a closed gate on the inside, so you have to wait for that too. I like that, actually.
And the whole idea is, okay, so it drops a cryopod, and you have to wait for the cryopod to be picked up. Okay, fine, it goes from one defense mission to another defense mission, right? But it's fucking variety, you know? And you don't have to wait for the fucking Unwheel to fucking turn up.
That's still the weakest of variety, though. You're literally defend this thing. Defend this thing. It's like it's so. But why not make the work and make the K drive like a rampart, and you all get into little gun turrets on it, and you get to shoot out from it while it drives around.
You mean
I don't get why the vehicles
like the Unwheel things.
You said K drive.
Sorry, did I say K drive? Coil drive. Coil drive.
Okay. Unwheel. Got it.
Just, I mean, I hate that they added in ramparts, and originally ramparts were going to have different guns and things. It's like, hey, it's really cool. They could have done more with that, and well, I suppose we're now getting turrets on Railjack, but why can't we have more other things to do with getting in turrets and whatevers?
Poor DE also has to fight with like the different mindsets of the community, because taking your ID, Xenogillion, I freaking love the idea of completing the objective and then like just every now and then you might have to do something else. Believe it or not, I actually like when the Lotus will occasionally like flip a capture mission on its head and make you do exterminate. I like that, but poor DE have to deal with the side of the community who just want speed and efficiency. So it's like, fuck, I just completed this capture and now they're making me do an exterminate. That's lame because it takes longer. They have to deal with both that side of the community and the side who actually just like want more like exciting things that can potentially happen. Well, I feel for those guys, man.
Also,
no. If they did it smart, proven you can do this, they could add in that it's optional. The Lotus says you can go kill the exterminate, but the exit is option because the Ghostrack 3 do that, and one of the War's prize quests give you the option to do additional exits. So they could do that as an optional thing.
It's
like, I've discovered this thing, but Tenno, if you're short on time and you need to escape, then go now.
Dude, you know what's funny? Oh, this freaking reminded me. So for a specific, I won't spoil why because it's like it's a piece of content of mine. But I had to make a new account a few months ago because I'm working on something, and there's it's not gonna be out for a while, but yeah.
New Warframe account?
It's something, a new Warframe account. There's something that I realized about the tutorial, and this only happens once. During the tutorial, you do just a regular mission, and then the Lotus says something like, there's like this cannon pointed at like
that's what Loz was talking about.
That's the one,
colony. Like it's pointed at a colony. And then it's like, oh, well, you can choose to either go help them or just leave now and blah, blah, blah. If that's what you were mentioning, that could actually freaking work. We have not seen that system in anything other than the tutorial, and it's really out of place. It doesn't even affect your standing. Like, you know, the new karma system. It doesn't do anything with that.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
Well, I think it predates the...
It does. It does. I just figured like they'd go back to it and be like, if you choose to leave the colonists, they'll shift you to the dark, and if not, I'll shift you to the light a little bit. But I guess they just didn't. I guess they didn't go back to it.
Well, they are redoing the new player experience.
Yeah,
I forgot to mention this when the Steve thing is that maybe Steve won't redo the playing the game again until they've redone the new player experience. Which all we've got is that really cool shot of 4 stony-looking Warframes just sitting there covered in dust. So who knows what it'll be?
Actually,
so we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Considering the majority of our player base is veterans, one thing I'd absolutely love to know is, are they interested in the new player experience?
If you want, but I think all the 3 of us have been playing for like almost 6 years by now at this point. We probably care. I don't know about you guys, but I care. I really want. God,
I honestly don't know if I care. I mean, because like I'd probably like to say, oh look, high rendered fidelity video, awesome.
I think it's going to be a bit more than just a cutscene, Drew.
Well, yeah, but like yeah, okay, cool. I know how to parkour. Okay, cool. I know how to use MK1 brand. Yeah, okay, cool. I know how to do these mission types. Okay, cool.
I think it would help. I think it would help the experience if because like I said, I opened up a new account, so this is a little bit fresh in my mind. But when you get out of the tutorial, it's kind of like I can't believe I'm making this comparison, but you'll see where I'm going in a second. It's kind of like Skyrim, where after the tutorial, It's like, okay, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't expect that in an MMO. They expect, here's a starting quest, and then you go here. And that can throw some people off, because once you get done with the tutorial and you get Commander or Captain Vor's like fashionable anklet off your ankle and off your neck and stuff. It's like, okay, go do missions on nodes, or go do nodes on planets rather, and that can throw people off. Like, wait, what? Where do I like? Is the game just getting the entire star chart done? That can throw people off. I noticed that myself. It might actually.
A few nodes in, you're like, oh wait, here's an open world area. Am I supposed to stay in this open world area for now? But the nodes on the map. Which way do I go? What am I supposed to be doing now?
It would help. It would help if they made kind of like not like a strict path that you must follow, but like a timeline of options. Like Lotus recommends that you go here, and explains why. Like, oh, go to this junction to get this mod or get this quest, etc. Like, if Lotus actually guided players to do something for a specific reason.
Let's say through the first few planets would be good, yeah.
One thing Loz had was you basically did stuff for when you come to. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
When you do Plains of Eidolon, you've got to have resources that are elsewhere in the solar system, which you're pretty much gone. You're shuffled along. So here's Plains of Eidolon. You should go do it. Plains of Eidolon. Yeah. No, fuck Mars. You know, Mars is dead weight. You don't want. Ignore all the other planets. They're dead weight. You don't want. Look at Plains of Eidolon. So good. So bountiful. So awesome. And Loz came up with the idea of actually having two factions prior to the Quills, one of which was Tenno's first syndicate to introduce you into the syndicates, and you only got to do like low-level bounties, which would also have you go do stuff in the rest of the star chart to sort of like lead you, hold you by the hand to do more of the star chart, because the second you hit Plains of Eidolon, there's no concept of things like the Second Dream.
Yeah. Or bounties. I was just thinking that, let's say you got a new account, you got to the thing, you're like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to do this now before I move on. Oh, I've got to get to the point where I can do tier 5 bounties. And you're a new player. You'd be like, this is hard. This game's really hard. I clearly can't move on because I haven't finished this yet. So clearly I've got to keep trying. Wait, what are these Eidolon things? It's like, what? Yeah.
It's like, it would be better if you started helping out King Igpin of Cetus, what's her name? Nanak, yeah. You help out Nanak to do stuff, and you basically, hey, go do this. Right, I'll go do this 1 stage bounty. Right. Cool. I also need X many resources from Mars. Yeah, could you go get them for me?
Yeah, well, no, if it was clever and redone, what I would do is that you would get to go do, let's say, the first 3 levels of upgrades through her rep thing.
Yeah.
But then you got to rep 3, and she starts saying, Tenno, I need you to go get me some resources for my next plan. Maybe she have a little mini quest, whatever, or to unlock the next set of plans so we can do stuff on the planes. But we're going to need some resources from off-world. It's like, oh, okay, I get this now. I'm going to have to work on to get to Mars.
So it needs to be led in better. But anyway, besides the point. Right. Yeah. Should we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, I can't remember what we were talking about. What were we talking about?
We're talking about thumpers.
Thumpers.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's move on.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like I told you, this is so much easier than Arbiters. You just sit and mumble on about whatever.
No preparation whatsoever.
What's prep?
Oh, you have to prep for Arbiters. Oh my god, you have to see the next Arbiters. Oh my god.
Yes, I can see it, but I won't hear it.
I thought it was going to be a train wreck, but I'll talk to you guys about it afterwards. So anyway, next topic 3, suggestion, taxi service on the Plains of Eidolon, straight to Fortuna. Now this better actually require money if you're using a taxi service. I'm just saying that right now. Okay, so let's add a fast travel between the Plains of Eidolon and Fortuna, right? And they've provided an image, which I will in fact click on, and I will link to Rib. There you go. Your benefit. Oh wow, they actually put in some. Yeah, that they actually put in some. Oh wow. I really like that. That goes from Cetus. So I'll put a link in the description below. I'll attach it to the times. So if you go have a look at the times, there'll be a link to the images. But a quick description in case you're only listening to us. The idea is that you go find some Solarians who are literally parked in Cetus, and you can basically ride in the back of a shuttle. This is actually really clever. I actually really like this. I'm totally on board for this.
I like this too. My only issue, and this isn't really an issue. It's a what if. Railjack might be the thing that would do this. If I remember correctly, Steve wants to make it so that you can railjack between like planet to planet. But I don't know, because like in the Fortuna trailer last TennoCon, you would go into your ship, and from Fortuna or from Orvalis, you would fly into the sky into a different location. So I'm wondering if they would implement that in Plains of Eidolon, where you would hop into your ship, fly up, and then you can just go to Fortuna and Orvalis. I don't know though, so that's not. I know I said it was a concern, or whatever I said earlier. I just don't know if this will have a place when Railjack happens. It all depends on how in depth they're going to get with Railjack. But yeah, if they don't do that with Railjack though, this could freaking work. I like this.
I remember sitting with Steve and talking to him after on the Sunday of that TennoCon, and he was saying that, well, and other people were hearing as well, it wasn't just me, there's loads of people. But he was saying that it wants to be the whole star chart. It's going to be your new method of traversal for everything. It's going to be everything. It's not just going to be. It's going to connect everything and be its own thing within that connection. Yeah. So it's it becomes the glue of all the separate components of the game.
I just really hope that this
is neat.
They still give you full access to your personal space, right? Because loads of people have invested a lot in their personal space, in their Lysets and
he said the Lysets aren't going.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. But will we be able to I'm walking around the deck of my Railjack and my starship, and I'm just going to go to my private quarters. Is it going to be an easy transition between the two, or are you just going to have to sit in a loading screen waiting for one thing to open?
If I recall, they leaked an area where you would likely go into your ship. It was in the between the infested door and the operator door and
it's in the deadpan middle.
It was in that. It was in that circle. If what I'm thinking is correct, you would basically press X there. It would go to a brief black screen, not loading screen, but it would go to a brief black screen. And then you would just be in the bigger part of your ship. But I don't know. Or maybe that prompt is just like installing something in the ship. Maybe it's not like an elevator, like I'm thinking. But I agree with you, because I decorated the hell out of my personal quarters, and it would suck if I would have to go to a loading screen just to be able to get to it. I don't mind moving my personal quarters to somewhere else, but that's an entire room that would go to waste.
I think it's a bit different than that. I think what it's going to be is that, right, we load in the game, we start on LSATs, so you can still go to your personal things, right? Hey, we want to do missions, right? Let's get our team together. We all board the Railjack, right? Let's all go on the Railjacks. We go here, we do a mission there. We go here, go do a mission there. Go do a mission here, right? Yes, we're having fun on our Railjacks. Oh well, team's breaking up. Let's leave, and we all go back to our LSATs.
Yeah,
it's sort of like a boat that you all go on to then go on a merry little adventure, but then you're always going to go back to your LSATs.
Oh, here's a question for you. I don't want to get this is still on topic, but it might go into a tangent. One question I have is that I love the idea of Railjack like moving from planet to planet, node to node. But I can guarantee you 100% there's going to be people complaining that they can't just push a button and be to the node where they want to be.
Sorry.
Do you think
could you say that last bit again slower?
Sorry. I can guarantee you that there's going to be like a group of people who are going to be like, "Oh, this sucks because I actually have to like travel from the node to the node that I want to get to in my railjack." What do you think of keeping the option of just being able to go to the star chart and just click the node and still travel to the node you want to do? Do you think that would take away from using the railjack in the first place, or?
Oh god, this is the problem.
No. I think no. When you mean the star chart, so you'll still be able to go right because you're gonna. Let's be fair. The new player experience, you're still gonna use the normal star chart. You're still gonna go. I assume you're gonna go to Earth. You're gonna go to your nodes there, but you can go in your railjack as a team, and somebody could go right. We go to near orbit of Earth. You're in orbit of Earth. Maybe you could shoot pew mission. Someone's like, oh, there's an alert on Earth or something. I don't know. And so the person who's driving the railjack goes to the operation. The normal terminal pops up for the planet. They click Earth. You see the normal planet, and then you click the mission, and then the whole team will then. You'll see the railjack fly down, and then you'll load as a team into that mission on Earth. And then when you finish, you go back to the railjack as a team.
Yeah. I think my concern here is the integration between Orb Valis and Plains of Eidolon with railjack is going to be superficial. Only because by that point, like, they've not introduced any new content to those two places. No one's going to want to go there.
Well, that's the problem always with those things. They'll come back to them. That's a minor thing, way off topic from a teleport point between taxi service and plane.
No, but like part of the point was that it's supposed to be like seamless integration and everything. First off, you're not going to have that with the existing tile sets, right? Whatever's going to happen is like, oh, I'm flying around in my railjack. If you're going to go do Themisto on Jupiter, well, you're all going to arrive there via your Lasets.
Loading screen. No. You don't have to. You could be on the railjack. We go, hey, we need to do Themisto on thingy. So somebody goes, clicks on it, you get a loading screen, you then see a running in animation of just the railjack ship flying in rather than the sets, and then your whole team just jumps down the grate as normal. There we go.
I really think?
Yeah.
I don't know. Would they go through the effort? Because there's also what are they going to do about missions where you start in Sharkwing, for example? Like in those situations, you start in your not your Laset, your orbit or whatever, and it flings you into the water. How are they going to make that work with this? And what about mission types where you're supposed to be going onto a ship and not flying into it?
Yeah.
So those missions start where you're just jumping out of a crate because you don't land anywhere on your ship.
No. So I think there's going to be. This is just obviously perspective. So let's say you're in your railjack. You can go to Mars, and you fly your railjack to Mars, and then it's in Mars orbit, and you'll see the railjack missions in the Mars orbit of Mars, and you can go, oh, there's a ship over there, we'll go fight that. But then at any time, the railjack operator and the pilot can click on their navigation panel, click on Mars, and see all the normal nodes on Mars, and just click one. I don't know, IO, is that on Mars? I can't remember. And then literally everyone gets to see a loading screen or something. I don't know, M Prime? No, that's on Mercury. I don't know, a node on Mars. Click that, you get a different loading screen where it just goes, and you see the railjack, and then your team does the Mars mission, and then when you finish the normal mission, you just all get dumped back in the railjack.
Okay. I think I see where you're going with that. I'm trying to figure out how much faith I have in DE to go through all the cutscenes to do that. It's
a bit tricky, seeing as they did actually promise us new intro cutscenes to missions, and they showed one in the Xbox reveal trailer. Yeah, they promised us years ago.
They did. Yeah, they did. Like,
you can see one of them.
I'm sure they actually integrated that, but then they took it out.
Well, yeah, but they still promised it. They didn't deliver on it.
I can't remember.
Do you remember which one I'm talking about, Xeno?
Is that the one where you're basically on the outside of like a Ceres, shipyard tile, and then you're sort of like climbing over a railing?
Yeah, you hop over a railing and you're like, hey, here we are.
Yeah, that was in the game for a very brief period of time. I wouldn't be surprised if it bugged. It's like the exit tile, one of the exit tiles on the Kuva Fortress, where you used to get out.
Still have the arc, yeah.
Yeah, you get out. So you jump out of the pipe, you get your arc wing, and then you fly to a point where your Lisette would pick you up. But the problem was that the transition between normal and arc wing was so jank that there would be times you just jump out and you just fall to your death.
Well, I think that's one of the things with Railjack is they're addressing these transitions properly now, and they're properly developing on them. I mean, that's what Railjack will not be able to function without these transitions.
I hope so. Yeah.
Regardless, I'm totally down for this service. I really, really am.
As for the service we're talking about, the one issue I have for it is it would make perfect sense if it was combined with Baby's First Syndicate, and that was an unlock at a certain point that you then learned. Because the weird thing is, if you integrate that into the current planet system, you'd have Earth, planes, and then you'd unlock Fortuna in theory without having any linking nodes.
Yeah, I think you'd have to sort that out first. Obviously, maybe you'd have to go. Maybe you'd have to go there naturally first, and then you have to do something on both sides before you can actually open it up. Maybe you have to become first rank with both the Osterons and the Solaris United before you can actually use the service. Let's actually read the post, because we saw the pretty pictures and then went, oh yeah, pretty pictures, oh cool, and then started talking about Railjack. So,
yeah, my bad.
Yeah. No, it's just what we do. We just derail ourselves. It's fine. Look at the thumper topic. Anyway, let's add fast travel between the planes and Fortuna. It would be cool to have an NPC you can travel between Fortuna and the planes with, like one of the Corpus traders on the planes. The guys are already there, and it would allow for a quicker way to travel between the open worlds, even allowing for some fun, different loading screens, such as showing your Warframe sitting in the cramped storage section of a cargo hold. And to be honest, a part of me is totally on board for, you can wander around the actual ship, even when it arrives on Fortuna, just to get that NPC experience, and then you just walk off a ramp.
Yeah. I
would love that, but if it was just to make things easier, I don't mind a cutscene where you just see your character sitting there.
That too.
Yeah, like I said, I love the idea. I just don't know if it'll have a place on Railjack drops, so it'll depend.
Yeah, I think maybe that's also why we're getting the new player experience, because they're just going to scrap the whole star chart completely, and Railjack will come into play differently, and they're going to rework the new player experience. Because then again, maybe that's what they decided to do, because the star chart system has been in the game since the start, and that's always been
various forms.
The problem, isn't it? That when somebody finishes Vor's Prize, you're like, oh, look at this massive star chart. Where do I go?
Yeah.
What do I do?
What happened?
The last thing you want, though, is Mia.
Anyone, tell me what do.
The last thing you want, though, is me as the captain going, take me that way. But Xeno, that's the edge of the solar system. Take me. But it's just a big pile of black.
That'd be great.
Into the sun.
I will personally throw myself into the sun.
Genius.
You see, as we go back to as you're talking about Tennocon reveals, if they have really cool space stuff, you can fly really close to the sun or into the sun, into some asteroids, it'd just be amazing. That would be amazing in the development. We don't need nothing.
Yeah.
Loz, we could load our Warframes into the torpedo bays, get out of the Warframe as our operator, fire the Warframe into the hull of the ship, and it takes no damage because while you're not in it, it's invulnerable, right? And then you can just transfer it across. Oh wait, no, bring the Warframe back. Never mind. I thought you got boomerang bullets, Loz. You got boomerang bullets. Just bring the Warframe back.
If I recall correctly, I believe whether you teleport to the frame or the frame teleports to you depends on whether your operator kicks the bucket or not.
I'll shoot you, Loz. I'll shoot you, and then you teleport to the Warframe.
You just shoot Loz, and he just teleports
and then you'll be our man on the inside, Loz, with a giant hole in the wall. You'll be our man on the inside.
Sorry, I just love the two of us to be in this torpedo room and saying like, this is all part of the plan, laws. Right, 1, lay down the torpedo. Okay, now what? Okay, come out as your operator. Okay, yep, right. And then he close the torpedo tube and you push the button, shoots off. And I turn around and it's like, what's next? You're just holding a gun to my face. Gun. Don't worry. Gun. This is all part of the plan. Boom.
This is only gonna hurt a little bit.
It's funny because that reminded me of I was talking I think Sabuchi brought this up at one point. Another content creator.
Oh, we know who Sabuchi is.
Yeah, I'm telling those who are watching the podcast or listening right now. They should know. But anyways, there was he brought up a good point in regards to like sending frames down to locations. During the Excalibur Umbra quest, how did Excalibur Umbra get off your ship and end up on a planet where you had to go find them?
We don't know. It's just like also how close is that cliff to the fucking moon? The moon isn't that big in the sky.
I think he did what you were talking about and stuffed himself into a ship torpedo and fired himself off to a planet.
Like the moon is like, I don't know, 50 times bigger than it should be in the sky. And it's just like, I shouldn't be able to see that much detail.
Yeah.
What I think you need to realize is Ballas is Bruce Almighty.
Clearly. Oh, I was going to make a reference to that.
Lasso's the moon.
Is that why he's got the dislocated arm? So you can just like throw his arm around it and just pull it down.
Somebody makes a comic of that, I will just cry in the corner.
Please, someone make a comic of that.
Should we go on to the replies?
Yes.
You could have it work both ways by the Ostrons in Fortuna gathered at the bottom of the ramp opposite of Udico. They get smuggled back out via the same ship that takes them. Fair enough, yeah, both ways. Yeah, you can have one way, you can have both ways.
Yeah.
Next reply. Yeah. I love this. I can imagine Audit saying something like, Operator, my service is no longer needed?
Yep,
next basically.
Reply. Unless we get some cross-open world content and missions that require jumping from Venus to Earth and vice versa, maybe there's something to be said about bounties that are like caravan/cargo escort missions. Rescue Cetus prisoners from being experimented on in Obvalis. There's a lot of potential here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to all 2 people who actually care about Ordis, by the way. Sorry.
I love Ordis. Ordis is my bra.
You're one of the 2. I'm sorry, his services will no longer be needed.
It's my bra.
Your bra?
My bra.
Your bra, okay, well,
anyway.
Whatever floats your boat. I would just want a way to go back and forth between Cetus, Fortuna, and the Orbiter without queuing the group or leaving the group. Also, being able to start normal missions from Cetus/Fortuna. I mean, relays have Navram, so why couldn't we have that in Fortuna/Cetus? Fair point. We're probably going to get that in Railjack in some way.
If we were to have nav rooms, I'd kind of like it associated to the quills. Because,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you don't have to have quills rep to use them, but I think I just like them associated with the quills. So you have to do like
quills need to do more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
And the last reply is less loading screens and the ability to make the world feel more interconnected. I'm game.
I don't think it's less loading screens though. I think you still get loading screens.
It would be though, because I'm in Fortuna. Loading screen, the set.
Yeah.
Loading screen.
Yeah.
But it'd be a cooler loading screen.
That too, yep. Right, that's it for that topic. So shall we move on to the memes?
I'm just trying to think of a card.
Right.
I'm trying to think of a card because I want to try and get at least 4. What could we make a card out of this?
What topic are you thinking of?
Oh, this last topic.
Oh, the travel thing. Let me think.
Could ask, do we need this now or should we wait for Railjack? Are people willing to wait, or would this be a good thing added now?
Yeah, that's an option.
And should this taxi service come?
My answer is when we finally get that one infested Eidolon that we never got.
Yeah.
Infested Eidolon?
The one that we were shown it at one point, and it like it's supposed to like fly around.
Oh, yeah, the Flydolon. Oh, the Flydolon.
We're never getting that.
That's whose fault we haven't had that.
Whose fault?
I thought it was
your fault.
How's it my fault?
Because oh my god, my planes burn out. Oh my god.
Well, they're fucking shoving it on Jupiter now, so
yeah, I know. That's also your fault.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really need more fucking shit to do on the planes.
Yep.
Yeah, let me just go run the next 20 bounties while I'm like carrying fucking hijacked drones. That's what I'm trying to fucking work out the word. Or
I'm pretty sure I was
capturing and holding shit. Yes.
I'm pretty sure. All right, on to memes.
Right, we ready to do this?
Meme frame review.
All right.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. First three memes kind of linked together is what I was going for here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I don't know if you know, right? You guys got to open the first meme.
This one.
Yes, this is a current meme. It's got high meme potential at the moment, which is the GTA Vice City. Ah, shit! Here we go again.
No, that's San Andreas.
Is it San Andreas? Sorry, it's San Andreas. Yes, I never played.
It's San Andreas.
One I owned.
Wow.
Right, so when I come back to Warframe after a 3-year hiatus, I think the only GTA game I've ever owned was San Andreas. So yeah, my bad. So yeah, ah, shit! Here we go again.
Why is that animated? Disappointing. That dude should.
There is a green screen version of it.
He should be animated.
That's a good point. It should be animated, but I don't know if can you do animated ones? You know.
Me?
Yeah, on this format you have here.
Oh,
because these were GIFs, would they work?
No.
No, there you go. Then they need to be for stills anyway. Right. Anyway, moving on to number 2, because this was also upvoted. The same meme, but in a different format here, obviously. Thank God we have the Prime version now. Nobody, people who try to get all the Equinox parts. Ah, shit! Here we go again. Obviously, fighting Kill Rigor many times.
Jesus Christ! I can relate this. I can relate this meme to back when I was first trying to get regular Vauban years ago.
Oh yeah.
I would also say like trying to fight the wolf that doesn't exist. Like any mission node. Fucking. Also, I really fucking hate the fact that he doesn't turn up on Orb Valis, yet his hobbits do.
Yep.
Really find that misleading. Anyway, next one.
And then linking on, obviously, from the Equinox memes here. Here's the meme that was actually on the some reason got on the main Warframe Reddit, even though it's a meme. Mm-hmm. You were merely adopted to the farm. When everyone is complaining about the Equinox drops, that's cute. So you've got Evara, Spy Missions, Ash, Manix, Evara, Lure Puzzles, and Atlas, Arcwing Missions with a Bullet Sponge boss as the, that's cute Equinox, compared to Harrow, Cries in 50 plus Kuva Spy and 20 plus Defection Missions.
Let me tell you, I'm one of those people who never really paid much attention to Arcwing before Plains of Eidolon. And Atlas was one of the few frames I didn't have at the time. I have them all now, but he was one of the few I didn't have. And my lord, because I didn't have any mods for my Arcwing, doing that boss for Atlas was one of the most painful experiences in this game I've ever had. Because just imagine me going in there with like maybe a grand total of 2 Arcwing mods and maybe 3 weapon mods, and just trying to do this boss who's already a bullet sponge to begin with. It wasn't fun. I think I would take Manix and Spy Missions over that.
Yep. Right. Well, next meme.
Sorry, I just want to point out, Harrow's not that hard to get. Right? I really don't know why. Also, why is it Kuva Spy? Was it specifically Kuva Spy?
I can't remember.
I remember it being Kuva Spy, but even so, the defection missions is really easy as long as you do them solo, right? If you do them in a group,
what people aren't realizing.
Yeah, like if you do them in a group, you'll be crazy. You'll be crazy. Right, next one.
So 4th one. Got to get past that armor somehow. So this is a combination of memes here. So Wolf of 6 asshole exists. Titania. I'm about to end this man's hole. This goes back to the Ant-Man meme of how Ant-Man is going to defeat Thanos by going into his butt crack and expanding it. But obviously with Titania versus the Wolf of Saturn 6.
If we ever get that option in the dojo where we can make our own things, I guarantee you people are going to make art. In fact, no. Probably people have already used dojo decorations to make that Ant-Man meme. I guarantee you it's probably happening.
Yeah, I suppose you could use a Titania Noggle for a Titania, and then you just need to build a... There you go. Anyway, God, let's move on. So, on to number 5. Ah, yes. Hold X to revive. Good name. Just have a friend called that, didn't we? Anyway, so we've got Excalibur. This is... Oh, cool. I haven't seen her ages. Anyway, so this is the I like this, but this from Top Gear.
Yeah.
So, letting your teammates revive you. This is brilliant. But I like this. Reviving yourself and losing affinity.
Gee, like the number of times I've run up to a teammate and been like a gnat's dick inch away from being able to actually revive them. You're just like, I'm just gonna off myself, and then they do that weird bobblehead animation before they pop back up.
Well, the hilarious thing is, like, you know, when they do that, it's like, oh, it's faster this way. I'm Vazarin. I can instantly pick you up. I'm faster than what you just did.
I do it just to annoy Xeno. Anyway,
I ignore you.
Yeah, but you complain when I do it. It's like, why are you doing
What
that?
the fuck is this?
What is?
Cool.
Oh,
Right, number 6. Next meme. I spent 4 hours making this. Nobody, and then it's the Lotus. This has got so many upvotes. I don't know why. So it's a kid that has somehow got headphones and just made a helmet of headphones. So they become the Lotus. There we go.
oh,
Okay.
great.
And then the replies below. Tenno, what did you see? My data stream just went dark. You will perform synthesis. Hunter?
Banshee's deluxe skin be like.
Lol.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, moving on to number 7. Oh yeah, Nightwave acts always have a right way. So it's the Spider-Man meme where he puts the glasses on and something that's very fuzzy and appears correctly. So this week we had the kill shots kill 1,500 enemies, put on the glasses, play one Sanctuary Onslaught mission as Sarin. It's like, yeah, that's really true.
Yeah.
Move on to number 8. Consume made the news. Somebody stop this man. Man eats lunch at 11:27 a.m. Breaking local man says, fuck it, eats his lunch early at 11:27 a.m.
Wow.
So clearly, early lunch for Consu.
If that's legitimate, that's a really fucking slow news day.
No, it's like the breaking news meme layout.
Right, okay.
That's really freaking funny though. Konsu finally found someone to take that on.
Where are we now?
Well, number 9. Oh, you are expected. Our interaction begins.
What is that? A lamp?
It's a heating thing. You'll have it outside in cafes. They put them outside with the chairs, and if it's cold, it'll provide an area of heat. Or it looks just like Onko. Not Onko.
Yeah.
I prefer the latter. I'm gonna go to him and build my amp.
Oh.
And then I love the comments below. Massive butane spike detected. I advise falling back. Obviously, they ran on butane gas. There you go.
Right. Next.
Number 10. This one's for Xeno. Oh no, actually, it doesn't even work for Xeno. This one must be viewed.
Yeah.
He hasn't dropped any of the sledge parts for me yet. Oops! All shit mods. Naturally artificially favored. Yeah, I've killed him 3 times, and I got spinning needle twice, and then one bit of the bloody hammer thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor Xeno hasn't even actually got a sport yet.
Exist.
Good. Like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like a touch of detail to give like Captain Crunch the sentient helmet. By the way.
Yes.
Have you? I don't know if this will appear. I'm just thinking of a shot in the dark. But have you seen that one post where it's like the wolf wears that sentient helmet on his head, and then you just put it on the face of the operator, so they're like hanging a hat on their face?
Yes, I almost had that one where I was like, I'll leave that one. I didn't want to, you know. So let's move on. Right, number 11. I love Is that right? Yandir? Is that right, Xeno?
Yandere.
Oh, Yandere.
Okay, Yandere. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's with the accents. Corrupted cephalons. Operator, now get out here and cut down and make the Lotus proud. So it's the yelling angry seagull.
Yeah.
That goes very calm again.
A picture you can hear.
Yeah. Right, moving on to number 12. Oh, yeah, there we go. I said this one earlier. Cursed polarity. What if we use 100% of our brain? That is a Umbral former being used on a Kubro.
I mean, they'll give an Umbra mod to Kubros eventually, and it's going to be something like Umbra Scavenger or something.
Yes, definitely.
You know what film that's from, right?
Isn't it's
Taking
no,
too long.
I can't.
Taking too long.
It's
no idea. All I recognize about this image is Gordon Freeman.
Disappointed in you,
Freeman.
Loz.
Morgan Freeman.
Isn't it one with like Johnny Depp and they like use computers? Oh no, which one's this?
No, this is Lucy.
Oh, is it Lucy? Oh yeah, he's in that, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, 100% the brain. Yeah.
Disappointed, Loz. Disappointed.
I think I only saw
this
Lucy
12?
once. That was 12. We're on to the last one, which is 13. Which is bonus meme. Everyone, I hope you enjoy bonus meme. I'm a bit of a lore junkie. So the first picture is my noob friend asking what Warframes are. You know, happy little bird, everything peaceful and fine. Second image, I think a noob's gone off. My 3-day explanation of all Warframe lore leading up to the only thing he wanted to know about. And then the player is obliterated by the amount of lore.
Well, let me just break out my Vatty video lore book here. Let me go on the lore tyrant.
Cool. Is that it for the?
That is it for the memes.
All right.
I will now paste the community shoutouts.
Okay. That's
a nice one.
Right.
These are normally really good. So.
Okay. Are we ready?
First. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
The first community shout out. Old Warframe sketches by Steelsuit. Various different sketches. Yeah. So we've got Excalibur, Vault, Sarin.
I think it's Vault Prime.
Vault Prime.
That's Vault Prime.
Octavia, Vault Prime again. Rhino. That's the Mag Deluxe. I don't know the name
that's
of.
Mag Deluxe. That's Mag Deluxe.
I think that's Nidus, and then I haven't got a bloody clue what. Oh, is that Chroma?
I think that's Titania with the alt helmet.
I haven't got a bloody clue.
I have no. It's funny when I heard that title. I for whatever reason I thought old Warframe as in like aged up Warframes. I was like, how's that gonna work? And I was like, oh wait a minute, nah, it's just like old sketches.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Titanium looks so mangled. I just imagine people going like, "Puff me, please."
Yeah, I think the only reason I noticed is because of the helmet shape and also what vaguely resembles butterfly wings on the side. By the way, that's kind of a dick thing of me to say. Oh, vaguely resembles. But nah.
No, I completely agree with you. I struggle with that one. I really do.
Well, if you compare that to some of like the first and second images, which are clearly much further along, they are really amazing. So,
yeah.
So the second community shout out is this Nova by Chicken Draws Dogs, and honestly, I wish I want to say Slipstream helmet. I'm pretty sure that's a Slipstream helmet. Had sort of like trails that were nearly that long.
Oh, big, massive ponytails that big.
Well, not specifically ponytails because it's sort of like jet streams, but basically, yeah, sort of like jet streams that were actually longer than what they currently are, which are like tiny little dinky things.
Well,
I think yeah,
Megan's got the first reply, and it's those pigtails.
Yeah, those are ponytails. That's what they're supposed to be.
Antimatter.
That reminds me of that. Yeah, that reminds me of the original concept of the Octavia skin that gives her like energy ponytails as well. And then they had to tone it down because it would just be blinding everyone because there's just like energy tendrils coming off the back of the head. I remember that. This looks freaking nice. I would love to have that as a skin.
Yep. The third community shout out. So this is actually a video where people should go into the description below, find it. It's the Valkyr Grax by Arboreal Key. So they're making this costume for TennoCon, and they actually show how all the parts come together and everything. And magnets, you know, it's.
Oh, they work.
I wasn't going to go that far, but it's an amazing piece. I can't wait to see it at TennoCon.
Yeah,
I think I recognize this. I think I recognize this person. Have they done previous like cosplays?
I think they did a Valkyr absolutely years ago, and they've really stepped up their game since then.
Huh.
So I'm not really sure.
What kind of like? Also, shout out to the tag. It's the Grenier in the post. I have mad respects to anyone who can do this because I can't imagine the amount of equipment that you would need in order to pull something like this off.
Oh,
because this isn't just like something you order online for like, I'm gonna buy this by $200 and there's my cosplay. This must require so many tools that I probably can't even count. You probably have to have like a concept tool, like digital concept, then actually have the tools to model it physically in the real world.
The amount of time that this sort of thing would take is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, was that
yeah, sorry, I've just actually found like an image of their previous Valkyria, and the amount of progress is insane because the Valkyria is still pretty good actually, but they didn't do a helmet, and most of it is just sort of a skin suit with stuff on it, whereas this is from the ground up. That looks almost complete as a real thing.
Yeah,
so that is amazing.
Yeah,
you put the time and the effort, and you can achieve basically anything.
Right. So the fourth community shout out is this Queen of Swords by Lua Born. I think this is supposed to be like more like a what? What?
I think this is if I'm not mistaken, I think that's an unmasked Saren.
Yes, but it's also a tarot card.
Well, yeah. Well, I thought you were talking like if that was supposed to be an operator or whatever. Yeah, it is a tarot card.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, but yeah, it's supposed to be like an unmasked Saren, and looks awesome.
Indeed.
I have an unknown guilty pleasure. I love seeing these like OC characters on my Twitter timeline. I love them. I'm like this.
Right.
Why does it only have 3 likes?
What? Really?
I'm liking it. Yeah, it only has 3 likes.
Yeah.
I'm giving it.
The fifth community shout out is this Corpora Mesa by Frelling Hasmot. Haven't seen a Corpora skin in ages since the Nova one. I've looks
seen this.
Gorgeous, and I really hope that D don't have any issues with it and just put it straight in the game.
I saw this a number of days ago. Why is it that Mesa has a community for making incredible Tennogen skins? I stand by that Mesa probably has some of the best Tennogen skins to offer in this entire freaking game.
I think, the big thing is that there's such a high demand for them only because of the huge Mesa following that actually exists. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had what's his name? Hitsu-san. Yeah, we had Hitsu-san on recently, who's also one of the Tennogen artists. And we raised the point, what about Equinox Prime? And they have to basically make 3 whole skins for but that's sold at the same price as a normal skin. So
that hurts.
It's 3 times the work for the same money.
It's a bit on the ear then, to be honest, because I'd pay extra for it.
Yeah. What else is there? Then there's I think Oberon's got a lot of lacking love sort of thing, but his deluxe skin is so good, right? There are so many Warframes that Excalibur's got so much stuff going for him. I'm pretty sure
has 80.
Nova's got a lot of stuff going for her as well.
But just point out, quite a lot of Excalibur stuff was because they just literally started with basic Excalibur. So a lot of that's
true. But even to this day, there's still Excalibur skins, even though and this is no slight to any Tennogen artist. You're working with a handicap with only having the base model.
Yeah.
You can't do anything other than texture it. With that handicap in mind, I still prefer Umbra Excalibur's look over any of the skins because they can do a lot. The DE can do a lot more by modeling over the existing model or changing it in bits that Tennogen just can't do.
I will say this. I bought the Limbo Grax one sole reason, and that's the hat, right?
Yeah.
Because you put that hat on the deluxe Limbo skin, he looks like a freaking ghost pirate. I swear to God, he looks incredible. He's got 2 peg legs and everything.
Yeah. Before we move on, last thing about Tennogen. I very recently, and this is with my bias aside, I very recently found what I think is the best looking Tennogen ever. I don't know if you saw. I posted on Twitter a few days ago, and I'll link an image to it. Right.
Yeah. I'll
yeah.
have to look for it.
We don't have to discuss. I'll just put it there right now. But again, this is just my bias completely aside. I'll put it here. I adore this. I freaking adore this.
Damn it! I was gonna actually bring that in. That's led 212 to 2102. I can't remember what his name is. No, I've seen that. Damn it! I was meant to actually add that in. I completely forgot about it.
Well, there you go.
It's gonna be in the community shoutouts, so I'll find that and get a proper link for it.
Yeah.
So what number are we on now?
Bandana.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 6th community shoutout. DM Neff by Mrs. Glitches. So yeah.
I follow Lucas on Twitter, and I see a lot of like D&D stuff from him.
Yep.
And every time I see it, I get giddy because I just can't picture him as anything other than Neff Anyo and Teal Regor. And I know it might not be in a voice actor's best interest to only be connected to like one character, but I just can't help it. Whenever I see him posting about D&D, I just think of this.
I don't know if you saw, we actually had Lucas on for one of the Arbiters. And
did you? I must have missed that one.
Oh god, it was hilarious. He started like we started talking. So they were talking about Anthem before I had actually joined, and they were talking about like getting banjos out and using the internet on like stringing cans and like oh god, some of the random crap that came out of that episode was hilarious. So, or before the episode, but yeah. Anyway, so that's the 6th community shout out. Loz thinks it's amazing. And now we're moving on to the 7th community shout out. Now this was gorgeous. And I thought, yeah.
Do you smell that? What's that smell? What's that smell? It smells like Oberon bias. No, this is pretty freaking sweet.
I can't make that joke, and it's not fair. Damn it.
Why? What? Why can't you make that joke?
Because you'd be like, Loz, you can't smell.
Oh, yeah, you can't smell.
I love this.
So, yeah,
this is so cool.
This is an Oberon by Valentina Paz. So,
this is the file I lost to power outage and stitch together some screams from stream to cover some progress. I'll be working on it today after lunch. Cam face and possible cat visit here, Twitch. So, the Oberon looks amazing, and I love the shield. What is it defending? There's a small
it's a kid.
Child in a onesie?
It's like My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah, Totoro. That's what it's supposed to be referencing.
And the giant eye.
No, it's a bus stop.
Oh, it's the bus stop. Oh, I see. There we go. I was like,
I think she's been on. I think her art has been shown on a number of different prime times.
Valentina Paz was the one that did the decked out Chroma Prime and the first Tenno Vault.
Yeah,
you know the one.
That's freaking sweet.
Oh come on, you have to know this, right? It's where like the Chrome is like, oh, I'm gonna go do this big thing. It's like, what are you gonna do? Oh, I'm just gonna try and survive. And the Vault's like super cute and everything, and the Chroma ditches his plans and goes to help the Vault.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's like I'm new here.
Yeah,
he just stops what it's doing. It's like we're gonna go over there now.
yeah. So that's Valentina Paz. They also have done this piece as well. Right.
Awesome.
Was that 7? Yeah, 8. So we're on the 8th community shout out, which is this lovely Mesa Prime by Kevin.
We saw this before when it wasn't finished, didn't we?
What?
I think. Did we see this one before when it was finished?
No, I don't think so. We saw another one of Kevin Glint's. Wasn't this pose or anything. So, yeah, but this is another Kevin Glint.
Gun.
Can somebody explain to me what the fascination is with Mesa's ass?
It's a butt.
I'm sorry, I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, yes, it's a nice butt, but why are we obsessed with the butt? It's just the butt.
I think it's because it's just like I think it's just because there are some frames that have more well-defined butts than others. Like Ash and Mag look like they're wearing diapers or something under their actual outfit, And then you have frames like Mesa, and especially Mesa Prime, where they're just, for some reason or another, just a lot more well defined. And yeah, there's booty tears.
Fine, fair enough. It's just an
Actually, that's the point. I've seen videos like Zanny Pants' speed rating system. Why isn't there a butt rating one?
I think there is. It just hasn't been a video format yet. I've seen on Reddit. I'm pretty damn sure I saw at least one, but this was like eons ago. This is before Mesa Prime existed.
All right. Then
I love that. Just before we move on, I like for whatever reason. I know it might look silly to some people, but I like the idea of Mesa using, what's that skin? The revolver skin. It comes with their deluxe skin. Not I'm trying to remember the name of it. But anyways, I like the idea of her using like a regular gun, even though her regulators are right there on her forearm. That style looks really freaking cool to me for some reason.
Well, this is Kevin Glenn. Like, Crash had one of his Rhino Ninja design done by Kevin Glenn, and it cost him like an arm and a leg. Like, wow, really pricey, but the picture quality was stunning.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Anyway, last and final community I forgot about this one. Last community shout out is this Face Me Coward by Silence of Nice. Slice of Nice. Yeah. So I think this is like in response to the wolf. So
just got to replace that chroma with Oberon, or all set.
Or anything. Also, I love the fact that this is how you do a wield properly.
What is that a weapon we actually have, or am I being an idiot?
No, that's two
Tiburons?
I want to say it's Tiburons, but yeah, basically they're chain-fed Tiburons or something like that. And it's just
freaking cool. It threw me off because it has like a revolver chamber in the center. I was like, what is that? What is this weapon?
Or is it Rubico's?
Is it a chain-fed Rubico?
Yeah, chain-fed Rubico Primes, yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Chain-fed Rubico Primes.
Ultimate sniper.
Yep. Just wanted to...
That makes sense. That makes sense, because promo.
That's it for the community shoutouts.
Neat.
And now we're coming to the end of the show, where Loz will give us his quote.
Right. I'll say, first of all, because might as well save the things it says, it is a film from after the year 2000. It's an action film, or sci-fi film. There we go. Corpus, Grenadier, this cannot and will not be the end. To save the solar system and its people, we are going to steal Balas's paracesis. Only you, Tenno, can take it back. I will lead the way into his chamber. When the account of the ages is etched into the cosmos, let those who exist long after us know that this was our finest hour.
Drawing a blank.
It's a sci-fi movie post 2000.
2017.
2017.
Wait. Say it again.
Corpus, Grenadier, you're running my voice there. This cannot.
Don't put on the voice then.
To save the solar system and its people, we are going to steal Balas's paracesis. Only you, Tenno, can take it back. I will lead the way into his chamber. When the account of the ages is etched into the cosmos, let those who exist long after us know that this was our finest hour.
Have I seen this?
We saw it together.
I mentioned this before the thing started.
You're allocating... sorry.
I'm not exactly a film buff over here, so to say that I am drawing a blank would be an understatement.
I think you're spending more IQ points thinking about this film, Xeno, than was spent making this film.
Well, I can only think it's a Star Wars film.
No.
I've seen this film. It's a series of sci-fi films.
Like 4 or 5, yeah. Very low IQ. I used to like these things. They've ruined my childhood, these films.
It's a sci-fi film.
Action sci-fi.
Is it actually in space?
Well, on this one, Earth, there is sections of space, but Earth.
Okay, so it's not actually spaceships.
There's a big spaceship and other spaceships. Big.
So you're saying that this film ruined your love for this franchise?
Yes.
Which means it was an awful film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have space in my head for awful films.
It's mainly on Earth. It's set on Earth mainly. But it's an 80s toy franchise of a film series.
80s toy franchise.
Wait. This isn't The Predator, is it?
No, how is that an 80s toy franchise?
We didn't see it again. Dude, it was. There were toys of like aliens and predators and everything.
This was an intentional toy line, not an unintentional toy line.
So,
Transformers?
Yeah.
Our entire franchise was awful from the get-go.
Exactly. It was my childhood.
I have no freaking idea which one it is. It's an awful one.
Just come on. You gotta say it. Transformers.
The bad one.
Okay, we got Transformers. Good.
Would he get it if he just guessed the numbers of the subtitle?
No, they don't have numbers.
I think it's got night in it. I can't remember.
Okay, Transformers. Night. There we go. There's one word missing.
Last night.
Yeah, there we go. Night, Autobots. This cannot be and will not be the end. To save the Earth and her people, we're going to steal Quintess's staff. Only you, Vivian, can take it back. I will lead you into a chamber. When the account of the ages in the cosmos, let those who exist long after us know this war was our finest hour. There we go.
Cool.
Oh god, that was such a bad movie. They are all horrible movies. Every single one of them. Like, the only thing I remember about that franchise was when Sheila Booth died in the second one and never got back up. Yep, that totally happened. God, those movies.
Wait. What? He got up.
Hey, my headcanon's better than that crap. Right, so that's it for this week. Let's put it on a sour note. Bringing up those terrible movies. Damn, I don't want to ever go to the cinema again. Thanks, Loz.
Oh, we'll just cancel the end game.
Yeah, not gonna go. I'll get a refund on this. It's fine.
The fact that you've unrepressed your memories of Transformers films
and
now just
ruined it. You've ruined it, Loz. Life is not worth
meaningless
living anymore.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about movies, but I'm damn sure there were some pretty good sci-fi movies back in 20. Didn't the new Blade Runner came out that year? Wasn't that amazing? You still got cinemas to live for.
Really not. It's not a patch on the first one.
Oh, okay. Again, I don't know why I said, what do you mean, like I was offended. I have no idea. I just thought it was a good movie from what people were telling me.